Running late.
Not as late as pole vault. So, are we live? So mean. Not as late as pole vault. Yeah, we're live. How about that? Woohoo!
So we have a Gary Hubs
We have
and
a
a Pookie
Hubs sighting and
and
Pookie.
a Pookie.
Thank
that's
you
how
for
we
coming, guys. We're gonna try to discuss tonight rejection and critique and people talking about your stuff bad and how do we respond to that kind of thing, you know?
Well, and this is the thing. This, like my artwork of my profile picture, some people were mean about it, saying I was
Yeah.
trying to be sexual and blah, blah, blah. And it's like a tribute to my
Maybe I
dad
am.
because
Yeah,
he
it's
grew
just,
the veg and
yeah.
like, and that's my artistic thing with it. It's like high art and there's no need to be mean about it. And it
No,
really
and where did
upset
their
me.
minds
Like,
go? I mean, it's not
exactly.
you, it's them thinking
Exactly.
of the nasty things.
There is no need to think of rude things when you're presented with a firm, turgid vegetable. There's just no need.
Just like pianists, right?
Exactly. Some people just need to get their mind out of that gutter.
That's
Jeez.
right.
Even if
tell
you
you.
can see the stars when you're lying in it, that's not the point. Stop it.
Don't be mean. Stop.
Hi,
it. Well,
everyone. Hi, Jen SM.
Hello, Jen.
it's Jen. Yay. Yeah, so I mean, we all put our
We got
out.
Louis Cook here,
Gemma.
whose comment has been
Gemma.
held aside for some reason. Why the hell was that?
That's
Jeez. Louis' comment was held aside for a second, had to be approved.
Oh.
I don't know why. All he did was say hello to us.
You know, YouTube's been
Oh.
tripping like that lately. I saw the other day somebody was saying hi to Pookie, and I had to approve it because it was just an hello. I want to say it was at Frank Turzo's, but it's been happening like,
I think
Oh,
There
it's
it
like,
goes again.
I think
Louis,
it's
why?
like maybe because like we've had things where there was one. I was on a UK streamers chat, and none of
Yeah.
us could type anything in English, so we all ended up doing like spelling things phonetically, putting accents on things, and then I was going to Google Translate and like paste in Chinese and been Tagalog in there and all sorts, and it was just the
That's
silliest thing.
crazy.
But we were having loads of fun, like being inventive ways of getting around it and stuff. And it's just like YouTube is just. I think it's because they just keep like letting the AI take over, and like
Yeah.
it has an hallucination, and we all have to suffer for it.
yeah, I think you're right. They're making us
rude.
use it at work now. Like, I have to use it. It's crazy. So,
Yeah,
what I
it's
do is I try to get it to review my documents for me.
Yeah,
And that's what they want me to do. So I'm like, okay, screw it. You're not paying me to really
Yeah.
do my job anyway.
basically,
So
treat AI like a gopher, and if you can get it to make your coffee as well, all the best. And if all else fails, just tell it to go over there and wait
And
for a
if it
long stand.
and if it happens to salami slice every fraction of a second that goes through into your personal bank account, don't come
Oh, I
crying to
wish
me.
it was like that. I wish it was stuff like that I could put through AI, but it's not. That would be perfect, though. Thank you for the idea. You just do the
you know,
Office Space thing where you put the pennies in.
but they want you to do this dumb shit, with AI, and if it fails or messes up, well, I call that malicious compliance. You just do it and you let this shit fucking hit the fan.
Well, it's so interesting, right? Okay, so we have 3 different brains we can use. I guess it's Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. And Opus is the most complex one. So I always go to Opus because the other 2 definitely cannot handle these legal documents, right? I put in a legal document once to Sonnet and it went, huh? And so I said, no, pull that back. Put it back into Opus and it'll hallucinate things that it'll see a blank and then it'll like stick something in there just because you didn't tell it whatever. It'll decide that made sense and it'll just put some kind of weird lie, and it's not true, and you have to go back and tell it, no, that's not true. Blah, blah. And they're like, oh yeah,
That's
you're right.
not true.
And then,
It
and then
sounds
the AI
like
is
it
like,
kind of like rather than double checking with you, it just goes right ahead, tries to fill in the gaps, and then you're like, that's not right, and they're like, oh, yeah, actually, you got a point. That was dumb.
hey, Sound
It's like,
on
well,
Symphony.
It'd be great
Yeah.
if you would
Oh, yeah,
realize
you're
that
right,
before
it's
you
this.
did it. Yeah.
The AI says, no, Justine, I am your father. No, it's not
I
true.
swear, it's so weird, but at the
Oh, there we
same
go.
time,
I think it's Limey. I
Then
think it's your
Sound on.
name.
Yeah,
I
to
think
be
it's your
fair,
name that's
saw,
doing it.
I saw.
But it's in it on Pookie too. So.
Everyone who doesn't have
Yeah.
any admin privileges, just write redneck in the chat and see what happens.
Yeah, the thing is, like, to be fair, both of my names are could be seen as like slurs in a sense. So yeah, it's probably not a great choice, but it's
Double slur.
I am, God damn it.
We're punk enough to not give a shit.
No, but the thing is, right,
Double
they're both
slur.
potentially insults, but depending on who you're talking to, like, there's like a lot of pride in redneck culture. I think, well, there's a lot of pride in limey culture, like being an aristocratic, wealthy English person, but that's the wrong kind of pride that you just want to slap people for.
As the one,
Redneck
There's a lot of
legit
people like
pride to
here
me
like
is
that too.
question
As-
authority, resourcefulness, community, good food, moonshine.
Yeah, thank
As,
you.
It's an unfortunate
as-
byproduct, but still, moonshine was, that's good stuff.
See, but redneck. See, I'm a redneck. I'm basically a total redneck. So my family's from Arkansas. So yeah, we are pretty much rednecks, but we're
As,
kind of proud of it. But we're not like those rednecks. We're not
Yeah.
like
As,
those
as-
rednecks, right? We're
Yeah.
As
we're
the-
happy, nice rednecks.
Yeah.
as the great Honey Boo Boo would say, you better redneckinize.
Honey Boo Boo. Oh God. I just pictured that. Yeah, a lot of my family will resort to calling us hillbillies instead of
Yeah.
rednecks, but my cousin
But
Dawn
I-
just
I
like,
looked-
nah.
And I looked into like the etymology for those two terms, and it's like really like interesting because like the redneck thing, you end up going to like physiology and nutrition and like the history of things at the time, and yeah, just really like potentially. 'Cause it's like
Yeah.
French Huguenot, but then there's also a thing of like vitamin deficiency due to not nitalizing corn, and then you don't get a certain vitamin, and then you get a redneck from the
Yeah.
I
In the
always just
corn.
imagine
It's
the
all-
redneck was from all the damn skeeters and shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
this is the thing, like
The
working out in the sun, working out in the
That
sun,
too,
vitamin
yeah.
deficiency, or religious like persecution. So there's like
Well,
three there, but the limey thing is like English people had limes to prevent scurvy. So it was like Australian American colonists used to call limeys an insult. It's like, oh, them fucking limeys are well of themselves. Kind of be
Right.
like a southerner calling, a Yankee, right? It'd be that kind of thing.
Exactly. Or
So,
a Mexican
I am-
calling it an American a gringo.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am a limey by birth, but not by nature, and redneck, not really by birth, but kind of, but a little bit by nature. There's parts of me that I think I definitely get from my dad. So yeah,
Right on.
Redneck by bloodline, which is like, fucking chaotic as fuck. Your family tree roots are just a giant knot.
At least it's not a straight line, which is that's a possibility
Oh, what?
too.
family tree with no branches. Funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. I just saw a short video about Ferdinand the First and
Oh,
how
yeah.
he was like had genetic disorders from the family tree being inbred. So it's like
Yeah.
people talk about the British royal family, and I go, no, it's a pan-European like incestuous psychotic
yeah.
family.
Oh, it
never
started
mind-
in Egypt.
It's just
It started with the Ptolemies in Egypt. That's in my
but
opinion.
it's just like it's one
There's
big
Charles-
family, like
Charles
and really,
of Charles of Spain, Charles II, was like massively inbred, and I just looked up. Just looked up king born of incest, and one of the first links that came up was the most chopped king in history.
the most chopped.
What a
what
great
does
way to
that,
describe it. He's the most chopped king in history.
what does
Charles
that mean?
II
Like the
Spain.
most
Yeah, what does
Most
it mean?
fucked up,
genetically
most
viable.
fucked up, the most
Oh,
chopped
boy.
king in history.
Right.
I just
Right.
love that
Was
phrase.
that King George?
King
Majesty
Charles?
King-
Charles.
Thinking
Oh,
of Burger
oh
King,
yeah, that was
actually.
another one. Yeah, yeah.
But the
Mind
Ptolemies
you.
in Egypt, they went and tried to rate hieroglyphics and saw that the wives and husbands called each other brother and sister, and it was
Oh
just
yeah.
a term of endearment, kind of like us hippies do. Hey brother, hey sister. And,
Okay.
and the
So it
Greeks,
wasn't.
what?
Oh, so presumably from what you're saying there, like they misinterpreted that and thought they were literally siblings, rather than it being like an honorific or something or a term of endearment.
Well, that's
Right.
nowadays.
And so wanting to be like the Egyptians.
Nowadays,
I am dead serious. They started inbreeding.
though,
Uh-huh.
nowadays, the term of endearment is mommy and daddy.
Ancient
Oh,
history is
right.
shocking.
The thing is, when I first heard that years ago, I was like, but that just goes to show about desensitization, because I hear it now and it's just been so long since I've been hearing it. It's like, it doesn't even register. But when I first heard it, I was like, ooh.
Cringe.
I'm glad you're here, Gemma, and I
Dies
hope that,
inside.
I hope your weather's breaking in the UK, guys. I just saw Gemma's
Oh, yeah,
comment,
it's been a lot
'cause,
cooler
yeah.
today. My cat has
Good.
just about prevented, I prevented my cat from becoming jerky. But I
Thank
basically
God.
had to nurse her over the last 3 days, like remind her to eat and drink and
Yeah. Oh, so one of my tarot card readers, right? The girl Rachel, she's in the UK. She's up in Scotland. And her cat, she's got an elderly cat, B, and he got sick too. He was not doing. She had to take him to the vet, but he's okay. He's got thyroid issues, so
That's
he was
strange.
having problems with the heat too. It's just nasty. We're getting it this week. I can't wait. Hey, Jeremy.
it's
Yeah, I tried-
springs and trucks.
Springs and trucks. That's great. Oh my goodness. So anyway, we're
Yeah,
off the
so
subject
people who
already.
don't like your art suck. The end. There you go. Yay! And we
Right,
should all just ignore them.
Yeah,
Go,
I
no,
you
no,
know,
I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you.
I will say I dealt with a little bit of rejection today, but it wasn't really rejection because I wasn't really going for that. But so there was this lady at the store, and I was like, "Damn, your perfume is very intoxicating." She's like, "Oh, that's so sweet, but kind of have a boyfriend already." And I was like, "No, that's okay. What I meant was your perfume is literally giving me a buzz."
right. It's so strong that you're making me want to faint.
But you know though, guys, if you ever want to use that, to test the waters with someone, just
That is
put
good.
that in your
You're
hat.
welcome. That's awesome. Oh my god. I had, so I was at G Maze last night, and we've got the verticals, right? And in the verticals, you get all kinds of trolls. And I'm trying, because I'm a managing mod, I'm trying to be on panel and deal with the vertical.
Mm-hmm.
And how you do that, you're on the StreamYard and you can see both, right? So I'm on the StreamYard and I'm looking at this, and some troll comes in the vertical and says, who's pointing at me, like who's the person on the bottom? They look like something like a trans woman, something about a trans, they were calling me a trans woman. And all I could think of is, well, Jade's, maybe if I look like Jade, I'm good. So it's not really an insult to me.
Yeah.
Whatever. I kind of let it go. And then West Plays Music was on the panel. He's like, somebody could
The
take
thing
care
is,
of that. And I'm like, I'll do it.
the thing
Whatever.
it's just an insult that some people use against anyone they don't like, basically. Like, and it's like and they've been doing it for ages. It's like some of them even think it's a new thing. But I remember years ago, people like you get a successful woman in popular culture, and it's like, well, there must be a man. Look at Madonna on the album of Blue or whatever it was, and it's like,
Yep.
get the fuck.
I
Seriously.
thank you, Gemma. It didn't bother me because, well, Jade's beautiful and she's trans, so fuck it. Yeah, if I look like Jade, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Well, it's like,
They tried to insult me and couldn't even do it, but that's
yeah.
mean-spirited stuff too.
Yeah.
What if somebody's just actually trying to
Jade.
help?
Jade,
Jade, yay!
speak of the devil.
Hey, yeah. If I look like you, girl, I'm doing good. In my opinion, fuck them.
Man, I wish I could rock. I wish I could
cool.
rock some tights. Like, damn. Speaking of which, I was trying to do a super chat in Jade's stream yesterday, and it wouldn't let me. I was trying to write "sexy tights fund."
Yeah,
thing, and
that's right. It wouldn't let you do a super chat. It won't let Maria do her icons. Her special emojis. She can't do it in her own channel. Michael songs. She can't do it. It's just YouTube's tripping out, man. You got it. YouTube, stop it. Thank you.
Get your shit together, YouTube.
What the hell?
It's always glitchy, but there just seems to be waves of things like that, in recent months, where I just think they're letting the AI do stuff and it's messing it up worse than it was before.
Yeah.
This
No,
this
you're
this
right.
this
Hey,
show
Brad.
is
Yeah.
this show is a good example of rejection and critique. We're rejecting and critiquing you, YouTube.
Absolutely. What are you going to do about it? No.
Don't get all up in your fifis.
Don't
Just
get butt
listen.
hurt. Oh, yeah. So,
I think they
anyway.
like for ages, Strains. I think YouTube has pushed their short form content because they wanted to compete against TikTok and things like
Yeah.
that. The same way like Facebook has had a Reels thing as well. And I think like verticals get more views because it's pushed more, and then like some people just spend all time on shorts, and I think maybe trolls go on shorts as well because I don't know how true this might be. It's just a thought that it's like potentially harder to moderate because of the way that verticals are set up than if you're on horizontal. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we can like cause more havoc being in vertical, maybe. I don't know.
I think that's most likely true. I think, too, you're getting a younger set in those
Oh, yeah,
verticals.
that's true.
And that's
Yeah.
all those idiots do is troll. I can recall from my stepkid being in some chats and stuff in his little spaces. He's 22. So that's kind of the maturity level of those verticals. Once in a while, you'll get a decent person that'll wander in there. And so, like, I guess, people keep it open for that. But, I mean, in my opinion, it's one damn person, They're going to find you anyway through the algorithm. If they're really interested in music or whatever we're talking about, they're going to find us anyway. I don't think doing a
Hi, Dom.
vertical is,
Hi, Dom.
really... Hey, Dom. What's up?
Dum.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
mean,
doing the vertical is going to help.
from a viewer point of view, I find it like frustration. You can't like rewind, and chat's harder to see, and I just it's like more cramped and everything. So, but I understand why people do it at the same time because you will get like the views and that, and
Yeah,
that's
they do it
good,
for
so-
views and subs,
Yeah.
but really, how many of those subs stick, though? That's my question.
yeah,
Is, they tend to... We were talking about this somewhere last night, where they tend to kind of just... I think it was Gmaze. They were liking it and move on, or sub it and move on, and then never go back. And then, so you end up losing the sub anyway.
yeah.
And it's like kind of a false...
Oh, it's pointless, yeah, because if you have loads of subs but no engagement, that no longer counts. Because eventually the advertisers realise that great having 5 million subs if nobody's watching you, nobody's seeing the adverts. So
Yeah,
But it's also
exactly.
like it's really hard to like, when your algorithm is like, trying to feed you everything it thinks you're interested in, and it just buries like, some people's channels, and then you just never see it again
oh
because,
yeah, it's
you know,
yeah.
My cherry, my cherry, my
whoa.
channel. Shut up!
Oh,
Don't even.
awesome face.
He just did the awesome face.
That was well timed. Oh God, my damn mouth.
Reel
My
this back. Take a lap.
channel used to be buried too, but I didn't mind at the time because I had come out of the Predcatcher community and I didn't really want any of those people finding me. Because you want to talk about trolls. Holy crap. I got a few people in here that could attest to that. But it's one thing, like, when you get a troll up there and they're just talking hey, Hugh. When they're talking
Hi,
shit.
Hugh.
I had one of those last year in G-Maze. I think I know who it was, just to, I generally... And it made me laugh, because when I looked at it and saw the name, I knew who it was, so I just laughed it off. But they came in and said, "You can't sing." And as I'm singing, right? I mean, it was really shitty.
Yeah.
really, really shitty. But it came in, I saw the comment, and I laughed. As I smiled as I'm still like, I know who that is. So there's no way I'm going to even react badly. And of
Isn't
course,
the time of day.
they got smashed right away there. But at the
See
same
how-
time, you feel it, and it's like, and I knew who it was, so it kind of makes you a little nervous because you know that troll's there, you know who
Yeah.
that troll is, and it's like, okay. But at the same time, I thought to myself, okay, you stayed up this late to come bother
Yeah.
me. I must be living rent free in your head so bad.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
amount of effort
I-
people will put in sometimes is
tell me I can't sing. Let's see how well you can sing with a fucking fist in your throat. Oh, that's beautiful.
How about a little throat punch for you? Can you sing now? No, but violence aside, it was just.
Violence.
Luckily, it was not needed, and they were kicked pretty much immediately. But yeah, I mean that stuff you can blow off more. I think more easily in a way because it's they're trying to fuck with you and mess you up and
yeah,
be mean.
because you don't expect any different, and it's like I already knew you were a hater, so this is nothing new.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, what it kind of relates to what Gemma's saying, and that you're saying it didn't bother you that much, but when it's friends or people you thought were friends, it's like so much worse.
That's what it.
So much
and
worse.
I've had that too, where I had a person come to me. It was around last year, and I had done a Cyndi Lauper song, and they told me I shouldn't sing Cyndi Lauper. I was like, you know what it made me want to do? Sing more Cyndi Lauper.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
what it made me want to do.
Kind of, yeah.
But what
I
it
run
did,
on spite. Don't tell me not to do something. I'm going to do it.
That's one of my biggest motivators. Don't do that. Don't say that.
it
What do you
is true.
I have short hair? You wait. I'm going to have long hair until it's hanging on by its fingernails at the back of my head.
But what it did do was kind of press me to start vocal training. So I started that, and and I've continued. I've gotten actually new vocal training now, which is really, really actually very challenging. So it is helping my voice. So in that way, I guess that person did help me better myself. Maybe even if it was out of
Well,
just spite or stubbornness or whatever, I guess I could take a positive out
did
of
you
it
start doing the Tai Chi before or after that comment?
after.
Okay, well, maybe
Yeah,
you already had
after.
that element of Tai Chi in you of like, taking somebody's attack and then turning it into something good. So,
Yeah. I think now what I'm realizing the Tai Chi's helping me with is it's not even so much physical. Well, it helps physically. I'm not going to lie, for sure.
mhm.
Shut up, Soundholes. um, get me going again. It's helping my brain. So all of the grief processing and all of that is getting a ton better for me just with that movement. And I'm a really huge proponent of Tai Chi and martial arts in general. I used to do a lot of martial arts when I was younger. I just can't do that anymore. But ooh, that's a bright light. Bright light. Hi. Now it's gonna go dim. Now it's gonna go really dim. Now it's gonna go bright again. Touch lights, anyway. Um, but that's yeah. I think it's harder to. Thanks, Edward. I think it's harder to accept, like Gemma said, criticism from somebody that you dig or that you admire, right? Than
Mm.
it is to, a troll. Like, who cares what they think, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, I
how
think
do
it's
you
still
deal
like
with it?
it still like puts me on edge and everything. Like you said when you see him in chat, like if you're on stage and you saw one of your hates in the audience, I think that'd be like awful. But at the same time, if you saw a family member like roll their eyes and then walk out in the middle of a song, that would be so much worse. It's like, oh my God, what
Yeah.
happened? Yeah.
Exactly. Like when I was living with my sister-in-law. Okay, so my sister-in-law is a trained singer from the time she was like 10. She went to Glenn Fry's vocal coach here in Michigan. So Glenn Fry's the guy in the Eagles. He was the guy in the Eagles. He was from Detroit. Royal Oak, and that's where she used to live. And so she's very well trained, right? And I'm there. I lost my house, so I had to live there. And I'm singing, and she's like, "Oh, let me," and she did help me with technique and everything. She was
Oh,
really
cool.
good about it, though. She's really sensitive about
Oh,
criticism, and because she knows how she's sensitive about it. So she
mm,
wasn't like mean about it. She was very cool about, I'm not trying to, yeah, you can sing. And, she would always preface it with, you can sing, you're doing great, but try this,
yeah,
and that it
yeah.
was helpful. She was very helpful in that way, but it was in a way kind of intimidating for me at first because I know how good of a singer she is, and so I would
Yeah.
try to take her advice and listen to her. And some things I took and some things I left, but that's okay too. It's nothing that, nothing on her. It was just,
I think
things that worked for me and didn't. So,
it can be tricky knowing how to, like, you genuinely like what somebody's doing, but can see maybe a pointer or how it lands on you as like an audience member or whatever. And you're like, oh, well, maybe this, but it's like how to get it across as constructive criticism rather than like you were trying to be mean or whatever.
right.
And then on the other side, it's how to receive constructive criticism and not see it as an attack and a personal attack. And I think one of the things about being an artist is like, and I think we've said it before, like you're hopefully communicating something about yourself a lot of the time that you find difficult or impossible to communicate another way, either because words fail you or you wouldn't want to say them so directly through words. And so to have somebody else either misunderstand that vital communication you're trying to put out there, or to tear it apart in some way, or to criticize your sincerity, it's like somebody's attacking a maybe even vulnerable, but maybe even hidden part of yourself. It's
Right.
taking a lot out of you to put out there.
Exactly.
And I think
It's like
like
your baby and they're attacking it.
yeah, yeah, it's like and yeah, and that's why I was going to say about like strings comment as well. It's like people, if you're a genuine artist, you want constructive feedback or criticism or to hear how something lands. But at the same time, it can be really upsetting, and not even the other person might not even mean it. It's just like, well, I didn't actually think that that song was about that. I thought it was about this. Like, you've
Right.
taken it to mean that I think we should go and kill all otters, whereas actually it was a song about how cool I think trees are. So, yeah,
Exactly. And that's a whole interpretation thing. And
yeah,
this, Gemma, seems like that is coming out of their ignorance, not
yeah,
knowing or
yeah.
learning what autism is, assuming what autism is, not realizing it's on a spectrum and there are people out there you wouldn't even know have autism, right? And so that's a point of ignorance, and I bet it becomes straining to try to educate people. And I know that you're out there doing that, and it's really important, your work that you do. But
Mm,
I understand that that could get really frustrating and tiring at the same
yeah,
time, because it tries your patience, basically, because it's like, oh, I gotta freaking deal with these idiots again that I'm faking this. Like, okay, yeah, I'm getting on here and faking neurodivergence. How dumb.
yeah. Because from these other people's point of view, if they're being genuine, like they don't, they're not trying to be mean, but they just don't understand. But then you've got people who are purposely like just trying to be mean and trolling, and like so Gemma's there trying to like maybe work out which is which, and then also it's like, well, there could be 20 people doing that, but there's only one Gemma. So Gemma's trying to field off like one attack from each of them is 20 attacks, but they're only putting the effort in for one thing. She's got to mount 20 defenses or 20 counter arguments or 20, let me tell you how it is kind of thing,
Yeah.
depending on where the other person's coming from. So yeah, it's going to wear
Yeah,
you out for sure.
it is. It's tiring, but yes, we're glad you keep sharing your journey. It's really important to do that. And yeah, you're always going to get people that don't understand and don't get it, and then you're going to have to keep explaining it, and it's frustrating. But I liked this advice, and I have taken this, especially at my job, and that's don't react right away when somebody's like giving you criticism or rejection. Sleep on it. Don't respond, especially if it's an email or a text. Don't respond to it right
Mm.
away. Sit on it. I've had to walk
You
away
know,
from emails
you know
and then
that
come
that actually
back.
sounds so kind of sounds like a good. So someone's like, you know what? I think your artwork sucks. You're like, hold please, and then just don't come back.
I never come. That'd be funny. I like that. Completely gray rock the whole stream. Just. Thank you.
Or just do it to them in person. Like. Like they just
Yeah.
just like hold
Great.
please, and you just walk away.
Oh, please.
Um, Hubs has said you're going to be okay, E.
Just having a little cough, just a little tickle in my throat,
Has your
little
blood pressure and
tickles.
everything been okay since your trip to the hospital?
Just dealing with heart failure and COPD, but that's my life. That's been my life for like the past couple decades now. So
God, that's fun
yeah,
stuff. Too young for that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes. Well, we're glad you're feeling better. 'Cause it's just kicking all my friends in the butt, like pole vault too. I'm worried about him. So.
yeah, because I saw in Valerie's sort of people saying he wasn't too good, and Sunshine was feeding him bacon, and
Yeah.
he was still being grumpy.
he's got
I mean, seriously,
eggs
Maybe
in
that's
his
a good
armpits.
sign.
He's dropping eggs in his armpits, and it's like
yes.
He's eating eggs the wrong way.
that's not a good sign.
Why
I
are you
told him he's
scrambling
gotta
your
stop
eggs in your
that.
armpit? That's just
I
weird.
know. He was reclining while eating.
Oh,
Peel me
very
a
Roman.
grape.
So I was going to say Sunshine peeled an egg for him, and he decided to like eat it like a Roman. Lovely.
That's exactly what he did.
Did you know? I say otters that have armpit pockets that they put their favourite stone in.
Yes.
Have you ever seen? You've seen, yeah, otters like
It's
juggling
adorable.
with their stones, and then they've got a little pocket that, and I just was like,
Yes.
what?
It's so cute.
That's the cutest. I mean, they're cute anyway, but
I know.
oh, man.
But then they've got the little, they're adorable.
And I can see Paul Vault trying to eat like scrambled eggs with chopsticks while like reclined.
Scrambled eggs and chopsticks.
It's good practice.
And then get in my armpit. What the hell?
Well, I learned how to eat with chopsticks by eating popcorn. So
Yeah.
you have popcorn, you take
Peas.
chopsticks, and you eat one
Peas
at a
are probably
time.
good.
Yeah, peas are. That's
Popcorn's
hard.
better, I guess, because it's irregular as well. So.
It's like a little bit bigger, so you can learn off of it.
Oh, Gemma got new charms for her memory bracelet today.
Oh, cool.
Because she
That's
jingled
nice.
her charm bracelets a couple of videos ago. So
That's cool.
I really like those things. They're cool.
Yeah.
Friend of
charm
mine
bracelets.
collects those, and she gets one for like different holidays or events or whatever.
I have one from my
Cute.
mother when she was a little girl, so it's tiny. It's like this big. It doesn't fit around my wrist anymore, but I used to wear it when I was a little kid. And it's these pewter. It looks almost like Monopoly things, but they're
Pieces.
not. It's just a little shoe, and they're so intricately like cast because it's pewter, so it's not carved. It's cast. But I just loved them. There was a little house and a little shoe and a piano. There was a piano on it, and so I still have that. But I lost a couple of the charms when I was a kid. Yeah, those are.
That's
fun.
cool. You still got it though.
Yeah, I still have it even through the fire because it was in my jewelry box. So I rescued my jewelry box, and I have all of that stuff in there. So
Phew.
all my yeah. So I was just thinking today of all the books I lost in the fire, and of course it was my complete works of Plato, like 2 key works, right? It's just like
Oh, jeez.
it was the complete works of Plato, because you're nothing in philology if you don't read Plato. Okay, you're just, who are you? You're a poser. So my Plato, I have to, but I can Amazon that. What I really was kind of crying over today was the Gibbon, the Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, and that's just 3 huge book series, and they're like this thick each. And it ends up that it's a total fiction. Like, they use that in universities from the turn of the century until about 1950, until they figured out the guy's opinion was so skewed against Rome
Right.
that everything he said was not true.
It was more
So-
historical fiction than historical fact.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's good historical fiction, but you can't, you're not supposed to teach people like that.
And that's
So-
that's the thing, isn't it? Because there's like different historical records that are just like that, either because they're written so long after the fact, or because of propaganda at the time. So yeah.
Exactly. Like I was
Yeah.
saying about history. History's more. It's what I learned about history is basically it's all a lie. It's sold by the victors, and they were
Yeah.
making stuff up that guys said 500 years before that. They were just stuffing
Yeah.
words in their mouths.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're really learning about the time that the guy's writing in, and not the time that they're writing about.
Yeah.
So you have to
But
like
even
read
even
into
when
it.
it's like written contemporaneously, like we know that like depending on which newspaper or news outlet you follow, you're going to get a different version of reality,
Yeah,
which still
now
might
it's
have
just really bad.
similar facts in it or not at all. But the way they're
Right.
presented and what's left out and what's put in, like gives you a whole different narrative. So
Oh
Next
yeah,
episode-
today.
Next episode of And Here We Go Again. What is reality?
It should be done in about an hour.
Yeah, right.
What is reality?
20 minutes.
And I
Oh,
haven't even
God.
read Plato.
Allegory of the cave, exactly.
Yeah, but I know a bit about shadows and stuff, and that's probably about your lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
those books, they were up in a closet bookshelf, and that was ruined, and I couldn't get to it, because
Oh man, if I lost my books, and I haven't even got any books like that necessarily, but it's just the fact that it's like decades of a collection.
yeah,
A few of
it was
them are
my
gifts,
dad's.
but the rest of them are just like lucky finds. And I could probably go and order them online if I really tried to replace them all, but it just wouldn't be the same.
No, it's not. When my dad went to John K. King Books, in that bookstore, it's 10 stories of a bookstore.
Oh my god, I'd never leave.
No, I know. It is so cool. It's this really old building, really old, downtown Detroit at the end of the Lodge Freeway. You basically drive down the Lodge Freeway till it ends, and there's John K. King. Ha ha! Like a miracle. And it's 10 stories. And you walk up these stairs, and it's so narrow, these stairs, to get up to each floor. And each floor has different things. So, you might have like military and war on one floor, and then Roman history on another, American history on another. It's wild.
Does it smell like an old library?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I was
awesome.
thinking that.
It's so awesome. And my friend used to work there. And so he used to like save stuff for me. So I would get some things. Yeah. And so my dad would be like, hey, call your buddy, and I want this, and have him, hey, Denise, and have him look for this. And so we would go down there together. That was my treat, going down to John K. King with my dad and climbing the stairs, having to climb sometimes like 9 stories of stairs to get up to what you wanted. And I went with my dad to get this 3-set Roman Empire, because he's like, well, you're inheriting this. And I'm like, okay. So we go up and we got it, and he read the whole thing. My dad read every book he ever bought. So he read it, and then I got it, and it sat up there because I knew it wasn't scholarly, so at the time I got it, I'm like, well, I'm doing this whole college thing, and I'm already reading a ton of stuff, so it's not scholarly, so I'm going to leave it up here, because I already had so many books, and that was the only shelf I could put it on. So I put it up there, so when they had the fire, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know they do this, but they take some sharp object, and they poke holes into your ceiling. Poke, everywhere. Poke,
Oh, no.
poke. It does something so it doesn't keep burning, I guess.
So they perforated your book.
They perforated the ceiling in the closet, and I had insulation in there blown in, and it was all newspaper insulation. It was natural insulation.
What?
And that all caved in. So if I tried, it was a nightmare trying to get anything that was high up. I got a few things, but I couldn't get into that closet. That closet was like full of just old insulation. It was awful.
I would just like to just imagine though that like your dad's like, I've got something that you're gonna be that I'm gonna pass down to you, and then he gives you the fucking Necronomicon.
Well,
You must recite the words Batu Barata Nikto.
let's just put it this way. My dad didn't have to pass me my Necronomicon. I already had one in a hardcover.
Was it skin
I
bound?
think I
Yeah, I
still
was gonna
have it.
say.
It wasn't bound. It wasn't bound by flesh. And
No, just leather.
okay, the
What kind of-
Thackeray's
Just
books.
H.P. Lovecraft. It's a fiction book. Silly.
The Borders Books edition of the Necronomicon.
I used to. No, it's actually my friend. I had a friend that owned a metaphysical bookstore in Las Vegas for a long time. I've known some crazy people. But yeah, he got a divorce. And so she got the stores and he got all the stuff in the stores in the divorce. Can you imagine? So she got the physical stores in Vegas and he took all the stuff and then moved back here to Michigan. So he had all these like crystal balls. He had all these like, he was a martial artist, so he had all these like martial arts tapes. He had meditation tapes. He had all these subliminal tapes. That was weird. I never got into those, where you could like quit smoking and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, all that
Hypnosis.
stuff. Yup. A crystal I lost in the fire was an obsidian crystal ball that I had gotten off of him. But two of the books I got, and I rescued them both, was the hardcover Necronomicon, and then the Greater and Lesser Key of Solomon. I got those too. Those are yeah, magician books.
You must recite the words Klaatu Barata Nikto. Klaatu Barata.
Poof.
Did you recite the words? I said them, kinda.
Yeah.
References to Army of Darkness.
We used to joke about, recite certain things in Latin, we'll start summoning demons. But whatever. I digress.
Gemma's saying about writing her own book and trying to find out how it would be possible. And doesn't Shelley have something to do with helping people trying to get books out there?
I'm not sure. Shelley Morrison?
Yeah. I think she
don't
might
know.
have said something once to me, but in chat,
Okay.
but I can't. It was a while ago, so I can't remember exactly. But
I'd have to
I think-
ask her.
I think like you can write it and self-publish it, and there's different options for doing that on like Amazon now. Because like in the past, I think self-publishing you could potentially self-fund it, and it would be called like vanity publishing, and you could get like a very limited print run of like 100 books printed. But with Amazon self-publishing, they just do print by order because it's all
Right.
it's all computer, like Elon Musk cars. So you can
Yeah.
just do like print to demand sort of thing.
So
But then I don't know. But then like you can kind of get it published through Amazon, but you might never it might never get seen or. So I think it's like.
So
right
I had
and
I had a friend who wrote a book. She actually wrote several, but she's passed on. But she did Amazon publishing services, and they were kind of hit and miss. A lot of
Okay.
formatting issues.
right.
She had to go through multiple runs. She had like a stack of wasted copies because they didn't do things right,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So,
Because I'm thinking Amazon
it's
wouldn't be the way to go. Like I wouldn't look to be doing it through Amazon for those kind of reasons. But I don't know how you. Yeah.
I had a friend that did romance novels, or she does, and she actually, I think she just quit her job because she was so successful. But it's romance novels,
romance novels.
They
are
tend
interesting.
to, yeah, I'm not into those things,
They're
but
dirty bugs.
my mother-in-law is into them. There's a whole niche
The
thing.
sweat of
with-
her brow as he
I
sticks
think
her
it's-
fingers
I
under
think
it.
it's married women.
I mean, it's like you had Twilight, and then you had also, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
Those popular
yeah,
romance
she had-
novels.
She just quit her job because she was able to do the whole Amazon publishing thing, so it worked out for her. But maybe it's because of the genre.
This is the thing. It can because it's like YouTube before. As soon as Google bought YouTube, I thought things are going to change because I found YouTube like couple of years before it got bought.
Right.
First of all, there's going to be loads of adverts, and secondly, they're going to eventually push the people that are on record labels and things like that. So you can self-publish, but making it is still incredibly difficult. It's just for different reasons than it was in the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can do self-publishing online, but it's still distribution even can be covered. But it's like, how do you get in front of ears and eyeballs? So yeah.
Well, right. How do you get into even a just any bookstore? You know, even like a private one.
Yeah.
You know, we
It's
got
also-
little private ones here, like
It's
BookBeat and
it's
stuff.
also not it's also not eternal either. Like you still have to pay hosting fees and shit to Amazon as well.
Right.
And
Nothing's free.
if you buy a book through Amazon, they take a very sizable chunk of the profit. So, you know, it's like you're paying them to host your book and they're getting money from your sales. So,
Well, it's like YouTube. They
Yeah.
take what, like some obscene amount, like 40% of your
Yeah.
super chats or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
it's like
why I
what-
like to
Rude.
donate to people's PayPals and things because they get all of it.
my word of advice would be honestly, because this is like when I, you know, when I got my copy of my friend's book, one of my friend's books, I told her I want to buy it from her directly because
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to give Amazon a fucking penny. You know.
Yeah,
You know, it's just
absolutely.
like, but it'll help my metrics on Amazon. I'm like, but you need the money more than, you know what I mean? It goes to you
Yeah.
directly.
Right. Yeah, that's what you have to weigh. I used to talk with Smithy about that, and I said, I'll never monetize because, like Gemma's saying, they take 35%. That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's like more than an agent. Agent will take 10%, right?
It's
So-
it's rude.
It is. You do all
It's
it's
incredibly
all this
rude.
work. I mean, look at all
Yeah.
the work Jade does. She takes
And then they
a ton
advertise.
of freaking work
Then they
into
can
this.
advertise on top of your video wherever the
Yeah.
fuck they want to put
Yeah,
it.
I don't
which
let 'em
completely
advertise
fucks
here.
up completely fucks up the flow of your video. Suddenly this advertisement just shows up, and then if you do sponsored deals, you have to do a little you know, hey, I really like this product. Yeah.
This paperclip changed my entire life. Click down below and put my code in to find out how it can change your life too.
Which you know, I gotta say, like I watch Meat Canyon, his channel a lot, and whenever he does ad reads, like you can tell which ones he likes and which ones he doesn't, because
That's funny.
he puts on this funny kind of way of like this enthusiasm. He's like, I sleep on this mattress every night and it feels great. And you know, it's just like so stilted and just like, you know, just
Yeah.
like, you know, or like this is the fume, you know, mouth thingy for whenever you feel like you just want to smoke, or you know, you clicks because you're bored, and he just does it like that, and it's like that's how you should
Yeah.
advertise, honestly.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jade. You know,
Yeah.
yes, they do provide a platform and limited space to unload, but it's yes.
Yeah.
It's got to be scary and brutal and it's like, oh my god. I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing, because I think every time they change the way things work, I think, well, as somebody who just watches, that's annoying. But for somebody who's trying to make a living doing this, and they mess with the algorithm, and you don't even know what they're doing with that, and it's
Right.
like, yeah, it's
And then
it's like this
you
whole
don't
thing
even-
about shorts and horizontals. It's like
right.
you get potentially views and maybe some subs with verticals, but then you're going to get a buttload of trolls, and also potentially long term less engagement than if you got a sub from horizontal. It's really it's
Exactly.
You don't even
so
know
many
from
things
day to
are
day.
tricky.
Yeah, I think somebody's brainchild didn't really do that well there.
You don't even know from day to day if your internet connection is gonna work or not. So your streams are constantly getting fucked over, you know. And so it's
Speaking of
like,
which, I even had a weird time trying to get into StreamYard tonight. I had to try a couple of times. It was like, oh, don't even do this to me right now.
No, it's right. Yeah.
I was like, not even. And if I,
Hi, Dimebag.
Hey, Dimebag, I willed it to work.
Hi, Dimebag.
But, yeah.
Just decided not to play for no apparent reason.
Yeah, just decided to do the spin, spin, spinny, spin, spin, like
The Wheel of Death.
I'm taking a shit in your Cheerios.
So yeah, I was like, X. Okay, let's try this again. F you. And it went right in. And I was like, okay, that's better.
Usually cursing at things.
Oh, I do
Usually
all the
cursing
time.
at things works.
Yes.
Like my garage door opener. I hit the button, it just does nothing, and I'm like, you motherfucker! I swear to God, it goes. That's right.
I swear at things all the time. I swear at my computer, but I pretend it's the people that I'm working with. Anyway.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Speaking of criticism and rejection, I get it at work all the time. You know, you'll say, I did this. Oh God, this guy. Okay. Dealing with credit analysts. So he gives me,
Oh boy.
you've got three loans, right? So you have 3 promissory notes. Ooh. He gives them to me
promising.
in one file, one bulk file. Okay, they're 3 separate loans. I need 3 separate documents because what I have to do is then drag and drop it into a document repository, right? And so they're looking for 3 separate notes. So I'm not separating these files. It takes a while, and I'm trying to get things done and get the money out.
Yeah, what
So
do I look like? Your secretary?
Thank you.
You gotta
get
throw
paid
it back
way
at him.
too much to be your damn secretary. You're an idiot.
You gotta throw it. You gotta throw it back at him. You gotta keep them separated.
I did. So I did. You got to keep it separated.
And also, just what did your AI overheat with? Get your AI to do that for you.
What he says, he comes back
What's
and he
going on,
goes,
Grok?
well, why can't you just drop the bulk file in all 3 placeholders?
Oh, drop the 3 that are in one,
Okay.
but 3 times.
Three times.
Right.
Drop the 3 of
Yeah,
them.
that's
I
amazing.
ignored
What
him.
an answer.
I ignored him. I put it in one placeholder, and I let him get exceptions for the other 2. That's how I dealt with that rejection. Okay. Fuck around and find out then. Because I don't handle your exceptions. They have to clear them. I don't deal with that stuff. I just place them.
Well, that's, too
I
right.
can be a headache for you.
If he'd
down
have done
the
it
line.
right the first time, he wouldn't then be in a position where he's having to redo it.
Right.
So-
It's just
Well,
so
that's-
frustrating trying to
that's,
get somebody to do something correctly and they just won't do it. It's
That's malicious
and then
compliance.
And then they criticize me for even asking, like, well, you could put all 3 of them in all 3 placeholders. Well, that's just, thanks for being retarded. That's just wonderful. Yes, I use retarded word.
I honestly
That's
think you
just
should just
stupid.
do. Sure, we'll do what you want to do. You know, like I said, malicious compliance.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
That's what
sure, you're a smart one.
But I didn't. I just put it in one. You know, I put all 3 in one, and it's like if they want to give you an exception, that they can give you an
But
exception.
I hate that. It's when somebody else has been a dumbass and then other people bitch at you when the consequences happen. It's like, well, I tried telling them.
And I
It's like-
save the email and I do all of that. And so when they come to me, I say, this person is an idiot. There's the file.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Yep.
It's like sitting on a tree, on the branch of a tree, and you're like, you know, I don't want to be up here anymore. And you just produce a saw and you just start cutting.
This is why I have to look at my job as a 9-to-5 that pays my way to music and art. And that is all anymore, because this is the type of frustrating garbage that I have to deal with. It's not even intelligent. You know, it's like, please, just try to use the I know it hurts, but you can try.
You gotta channel that frustration into some
Painful,
songs,
but,
you know?
Yeah.
But I would try to do when washing dishes in restaurants. It'd just come home and the song in my head would be, "Why can't you stack some fucking plates?
Well, this is why
They're fucking circles. It's not that hard."
I love that Valerie takes your when you talk about work or something, and then she takes that and does it in a song. It's inspiring.
Yeah. Oh.
I wish people would give
improv
me
comments
some
on-
kind of autonomy and treat me not like a meeting to an end.
Exactly. So great. It's like, oh, that is so cool.
I love it.
That is very inspiring, and I actually tried to use that technique with writing lyrics. Although I did get it's like so kind of part of the reason I picked this subject is because I'm attempting to write lyrics and a melody, and I'm struggling. I'll admit it, because I am my own worst critic. Okay, I look at it and I'm like, that doesn't sound like Chris Cornell. Rip. You know, I mean, and I think like I'm gonna write like Chris Cornell, like some asshole. You know, no, probably
It could be
not.
worse. Could just be like me and just delete everything as soon as you get bored with one thing. Like one project, I'm like, yeah, I don't like this, and then I go to my entire
Close.
hard drive and I just wipe the fucking.
Close, but what I've done is I have about
That's why I have no content.
10 notebooks, and I've written lyrics in every single one of them. And now this week the project is to gather it all together, sit with the music, and then see what fits in the melody I pick out. You know, and I'm not going to use, obviously, all of the lyrics I wrote, but I want to make it like kind of shorter stanzas, kind of like Pearl Jam did. I like the way they wrote their tunes. So we'll see. I just gotta but I'm like in my head going, people are gonna think this is cheesy. People are gonna criticize this. They're gonna think it's shit. Blah, you know, it's my own. I'm almost my own worst enemy that way. You know, it's so self-criticism too. Yeah, I am my own worst. I'm just terrible. I am terrible. I remember writing poetry. We had to write a poem in this class. It was an anthropology class of all classes. They had us write a poem. It was we were in a group, so everybody had to contribute. So it ended up being really good. But I remember I had to read it. I had to get up in front of the class. They picked me to read it. Thanks, guys. There's 5 of us, but I get to read it. So I go up there, and I remember hitting my part and going, "Oh, it's cheesy." You know, just thinking in my head, like, "Oh, it's cheesy." Now, people liked it. They were like, "Oh, that's really good." But I'm like, "You're very nice." But I still, you know, again, own worst critic in my head. So, yeah.
I'm one of those
that.
people who has like no emotional connection to or care for anything that I do.
And
Like-
Gary, I'm gonna need it soon, so just stand by, sir.
Like I have absolutely no emotional
Hold the
emotional
reins, bro. Sorry.
I have no emotional connection to anything that I do. So it's like if I make something and someone says that sucks, I'm like, eh. Like I have my most unpopular video on my YouTube channel right now. It only got 3 likes on like 40 unlikes. And it's it's the ice agent gets hit by a pan.
Oh no, I like that.
Why do you
But
think
that's
got
okay
unlikes
because
on it?
the fact
so
that I got more unlikes on that means I hit some nerves
Yeah,
with that,
I
which
suppose,
is like yes,
I get it.
awesome.
That I
So,
get
like-
too. That I understand.
My audience, in a sense, I guess.
It's like depending on what you're trying to do. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I already think
But,
they
like-
suck. But
But like I like someone even commented on one of my live streams where I was just fucking around with music and they're like, "This sucks." So I'm like, the point wasn't to be good; it was just to get on and do something. You fucking
Yeah.
moron!
Right.
Like, I don't care if it's good. I don't even have the project anymore. So eat shit. Like,
Yeah, it just struck me as you were just like noodling and experimenting, and sometimes you'd like chat a bit, and sometimes you wouldn't, and it'd be yeah. It's so clearly not supposed to be a majorly polished show. That's like, here I'm going to show you simple harmonics and how you can disrupt a bridge.
yeah, no, I just go
Yeah.
on and just do whatever. I occupy space for a little while. I mean,
That's
for
cool.
fuck's sake, I mean, I'm at least doing something. Some people will
Yeah,
literally just sit there and go,
control.
"Why are my likes not going up? Like and subscribe. I need more subscribers." And they don't say shit or
I
do
have
shit. They
seen
just
too many,
Yeah,
and I've seen some really crazy shit on YouTube. Like, there
that's
used to be a guy, he's not on anymore, but it took a lot to get him off. Like, a lot of us were reporting this. He was smoking crack. And
well,
people were
crack
giving him,
is a way to
he
get
was
off.
monetized. He was monetized. And people would give him
wow.
money for more.
He's getting
Oh
paid to
my
smoke
God.
crack online. That's. I mean, that's a job.
There's crazier ways to make money.
But I
I
had
mean,
friends
yeah,
that were
right.
getting demonetized and their channels taken because they were in the Predcatcher community. So, and
Yeah,
they
no,
were
you're right.
trying.
It's like, yeah, like,
It was like,
it's,
what?
yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's wild. Like, you see some people and they get struck for what you think is the tiniest thing. Like, when Rod Stewart bullies any of you guys, and yet, like you say, you've got people doing the most insane crap, and just like happily making more money.
I
Yeah.
know. It just, the garbage is incredible what they'll let out there,
True,
you know, and
true.
then what they get totally crappy about, you know. Ooh,
Sometimes
copyright. Oh, get out of here. People
Yeah.
are doing cover tunes at bars all the time, and I understand the bars pay a premium for that and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, you don't have bands going there going, I copyright you, you know?
Well, I mean, although there was the person or the estate that owned the copyright to Happy Birthday was going to potentially take us
Oh,
all
yeah.
to court for having sung it for the last 40, 50 years. So I'd get the fuck. And that's just,
I'm
Get
I'm
out of
thing,
I'm
like,
gonna
the copyright
copyright
is
an
just,
entire
copyright law's
key.
completely screwed anyway.
It's like the whole
Before it
world
even
went
gets to the point of
litigious.
it's not enforced evenly. Yeah, it's
I
Seriously.
hereby now
like,
declare that I own the
Hey,
key
Keith.
of E and
Cool.
E major and E minor.
yeah,
Those are mine now. If you use
yep.
those, pay up.
I know,
Damn right.
seriously. Like, you know,
People are trying to
even with
copyright like everyday phrases as well. Like you say, E, you're kind of alluding to that, and it's like, no, you cannot copyright "Good Morning." Off.
no, or oh, what was it? It was in there was a restaurant in Connecticut, and they tried to copyright saying "hun." Hey,
Oh,
hun. You know how it's like this?
oh,
It's
this.
like this cultural thing.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
not.
restaurant,
That's not
it
good.
was, I think it was on Ramsey's. It was Restaurant Nightmares or one of his shows, and she
Kitchen nightmares.
yeah, like kitchen. Yeah, that's it. But it wasn't kitchen. It was one of those. He has like a
Right.
million shows, but this woman was being ridiculous, and she was literally trying to copyright that. It's like you can't, and he was like, you can't copyright that. It's such a general thing, you
Yeah.
know. Can
But
you?
the thing is, when these big companies try, it's like you know, because like I say, the copyright law is so screwed anyway that you think, well, nothing would surprise me at this point.
Right.
Like,
Well.
Yeah.
somebody's going to
Yeah.
copyright the entire Latin alphabet, and then we are all going to be screwed.
So, Nintendo was trying this shit because their game Pokemon was basically aped by, or it was aped by another company, and they made this game called Pal World, and it basically
yeah.
functions every single way as Pokemon does. And they tried to trademark their entire certain game mechanics that like literally thousands of other games also use and have been
Right.
using for
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like
it's
if somebody invented a new board game and then the makers of Cluedo took them to court and said, no, we've copyrighted the whole concept of board games. No more new board games ever. Thank you. Goodbye. No, that's not how
it
this
was a very
works.
similar thing that happened with Dungeons and Dragons. So they did this fourth edition that ended up, the play of it was terrible. It was like, I played it. I played a game. I played a whole campaign of it, actually. And the fighting mechanism was so bad, you felt like you were in Groundhog Day. You were just fighting the same stupid, same freaking dumb thing over and over and over and over and over. Boom. It was so boring, right? And we were just pissed. We were mad. And it wasn't what they have now is like a die 20 base system, so it's really easy to play. You just roll a die 20 for everything. It's easy. Instead of doing that, Wizards of the Coast decided, no, we're going to do this complex gameplay and make it like a video game, and you're basically just shooting at or like bashing at the same stupid thing that won't die, and your gameplay just goes forever. Well, people got angry at that, like literally pissed. Like, why didn't you do a die 20 base game? So this other company, I think they're called Paizo, and they published under the publisher, it's called D20 Modern, and they published a game called Pathfinder, and it was awesome. It was Dungeons and Dragons with a D20 system, and it was super easy to play, and everyone loved it. I played it at conventions, and it was like, bam, you just were hooked. And Wizards kind of looked at that and said, hey, wait a minute. Everybody's going, wait a minute. But they couldn't really do anything to them because they had changed it up just enough where they got away with all the legalities of it. For the most part.
Wizards ought to really learn a few things. You know, we're talking about criticism and rejection. And this motherfucking company, you know, fucking with Magic, they're releasing, you know, all these sets that nobody wants. Like, who fucking wants Ninja Turtles? But you know,
they do it for collectors. They're just doing it. What I think,
it's Hasbro. It's actually Hasbro that owns.
Well, yeah,
Wizards.
that makes sense. Yeah,
and
they're trying to get the collectors just to spend money. You know, that's all it is.
And it's like because they have licenses with all these other properties like Ninja Turtles, they're, you know, and all that
Marvel
stuff. They, you know,
and blah, blah, blah,
you know,
blah,
so yeah, they're making toys for these things. They also want to tie it into the card game that makes them of their fucking money. The toys don't mean shit.
Have they made a Star Wars one yet? I'm surprised
they're working on Star Trek.
I'm surprised they haven't done Star Wars yet, but
Star Wars is owned by Disney.
Yeah, they're running into Disney probably, but I'm still surprised that, because didn't Hasbro do all the toys for Star Wars? I think they did.
They might have done some, I'm sure, but you know,
I think they did.
Yeah, but they're just trying to basically, and there's the thing, Magic is making Hasbro all of their money, and they're just hammering it with all the properties because the cards are selling better than fucking toys are. And, you know, so it's like, yeah, let's jam a Spider-Man set into its own, you know, and then separately, you know, like this always happens between Spider-Man and Marvel. They keep them separated.
Yeah, that's
weird. They keep them separated. But,
there it goes again.
You know, but yeah, so they're just jamming all these things, and that's all it is. They're making all this money. They're not paying any attention to what the players actually want.
That's they're separated. They're in an ivory tower. They're not in touch.
Shocked. They're shocked when suddenly people aren't buying their crap anymore, and it's like, why isn't mine going up? And it's like, because, you know, no one wants this crap that you're putting out.
You're not paying attention to what people want. Yeah.
And, you know, that's the thing about criticism. It's, you know,
they're not taking the criticism. Yeah.
It can be harsh, but maybe sometimes you should take the criticism, even if it is harsh. Like,
well, that's just it. Yeah.
You know, like
there's this push at my job that I was in a meeting last week and they were talking about how their systems for taking complaints is better. And that all these complaints were getting lost. And now they have a way to bring them all in a central area and work on them and address them, because they want to do that because they want to realize where they're screwing up with their customers, right? I mean, that's a big deal. You really do need to do that. You really need to take people's complaints into consideration if you're a company, because, right, just like that, you could lose your ass. Like Toys R Us was a big company that went under here in the U.S. It was a huge toy company. I mean, I remember Toys R Us when I was a little tiny kid, and that was the place.
we used to have one here.
There was the whole song that was,
Definitely.
I don't want to grow up. I
I'm a
want to
Toys
be a
R Us
Toys
kid.
R Us kid.
There's a million
And then we
Toys R
grew
Us
up and Toys R Us
baby.
disappeared, and life was so fucking bleak after that.
I just love giraffes and toys, so I was in from the beginning.
Me too. I love that, and I got my
Man,
first
they
pair
had
of
so
roller
much-
skates there.
There was so much
I
fun
was
there.
into it.
They had the Pokemon League when I was a kid. That the game came out, the cards came out. They had the Pokemon League, and we'd all meet up and play cards and shit. Back
I
in the
would
day
go
when
down-
kids actually went and played games with each other that wasn't video
The
games.
game aisle with all the cool board games was one of my favorites, and then the other aisle was with all the Muppets. Oh my god!
Muppets?
I'm so into Muppets, like
You could buy
Animal.
Well, you could buy stuffed
the
toy Muppets,
plushies?
that kind of
You
thing. or
could
do you
buy
mean
stuffed
Muppet
toy
everything?
Muppets. You could buy puppet Muppets. They were actually you
Oh.
could puppet them.
I want
Ooh,
a puppet Muppet.
I know, they were so fun. That was like the end of the 70s, early 80s. My brother would take
Mind
me
you,
to Toys R
Will
Us.
D's, well, some of Will D's puppets are like that, aren't they? They look like they're made out of the similar, like Satan looks like he's made out of similar material to the
Yes,
Muppets.
and I have actually found puppets like that on Etsy. And I have
Oh,
another
really?
friend that wanted to do puppets, so I keep sending him those Etsy things. Like, do this,
Oh,
do
I wonder
this.
if you can like ask those people to do commissions. You know, if I ever get any money again, there's so many artists that I'm just going to be like, can you make me this? Can you make me that? Take my money.
I know, I am too. I'm terrible.
Oh my god.
I love spending my money on that stuff. When I was in Buffalo, lucky for me, most of the time the artists weren't around, so it was just like, I want that, I want that, I want that. But I got people's numbers, and now I'm on their Instagram, so I can just DM them. So if I eventually, like, there was the guy that did, I used to have this leather jacket, right? When I was way back in the day, I was like 16. And my buddy Jared had drawn the cover for the Bad Music for Bad People Cramps album, like one of my favorite bands ever. And it's Dead Elvis. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, okay.
Does he sing on the toilet with the bucket of KFC between his legs?
Oh, well, not exactly, but, there were other things. Anyway.
Was he on the toilet though?
No, it wasn't on the toilet.
Is that even? I think that was that. Did that really happen, or is that just a fucking myth? That he died.
That
on
he
a
died on the
toilet?
toilet. I am not exactly sure if that's true or not. I know that he was an opium addict, or well, not opium, but he was, on opiates, and he couldn't poop because if you take too many opiates, you can't poop. So he had trouble. So it could be that, he didn't exactly die on the toilet, but he died of those problems.
Oh,
That's what
mama.
was on the back of my leather jacket right there. That's Dead Elvis. Bad Music for Bad
That'd be
People.
cool.
It's basically a compilation album for the Cramps, right? But
Kind of looks
That'd
like
be cool.
David Bowie.
sort of.
I don't
he's
know
supposed
why
to be
I'm
Dead
thinking
Elvis.
David Bowie, but more punk. Like,
Yeah, he's supposed to be Dead Elvis. So the Cramps are it's like a rockabilly punk fusion type of deal. And
Yeah.
so I had my friend paint that with that yellow on the back of my leather jacket. Well, the problem is,
Nice.
guess where the leather jacket is? Burned in the fire. So I met this guy in Buffalo, and he did his jacket he's an artist, and his jacket was Morrissey from the Smiths, and he did this like whole Smiths thing, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like I could have him
You mean
do something maybe different.
yeah.
Not with the Smiths, but with a different band. You know, I could think of, you know, Queens or something that I like now, and get a leather and send it to. I'd have to send him the leather jacket, and he'd have to paint it. So that's gonna be like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this one.
Yeah.
It's like, so we'll see.
Yeah, there was some guy painted jackets when I was younger. There was a Scottish band called The Almighty, and their album cover was like a white, I think it was like a skull and a Native American headdress. But there was like a couple of guys I knew that had that painted on their jackets. So black jacket with the white design was, but like yours as well, with that bright yellow on a black leather jacket. It's going to be quite striking. So
yeah, I used to wear that all over Detroit, and my brother was really good friends with this one pretty popular band at the time. So he used to take me into the blues bars, and there was this place called Trapper's Alley, and they would have concerts in there, so I'd get to go backstage, and a lot of people would come up to me in the music scene and go, "I love your jacket." I was 16, so I was like,
oh no,
cool, you know.
Yeah, because they're like older people
hair.
as well.
I had bright violet hair. I had violet hair in this jacket.
Nice.
It was yellow on this jacket, and they were like, "Whoa, this chick!" Like, who are you? But it was a good time. Yeah.
That was the thing. Like, I had my
Ultras
denim jacket with all the rock patches on it, and like my parents would say, like, "There's no way we're ever going to lose you in a crowd because your jacket is like just stands out like a sore thumb." Like, yeah, it kind of does.
I did this thing too. Like I was into heavy metal and punk, and I used to like really piss the kids off at school because they couldn't pinpoint me. It was awesome. I used to love effing people up like that. You know, like I will listen to whatever.
Outsider.
I will listen to damn well whatever I want to listen to.
Exactly.
You know, like
Right.
and I'm still a punk. F you. So I was really into Guns N'
It's like I said before, we're supposed to be about non-conforming. You're telling me I've got to conform. Bugger off.
I know. Exactly. You must wear these combat boots. And who are you? You sound like the people telling me I need to wear Guess jeans.
Exactly.
Screw you. But so I had a jean jacket, right, too, besides the leather. So you couldn't wear the leather jacket in summertime. It's kind of hot. So, you know, in spring, I had this jean jacket. So I went and got this huge patch. I was really into Guns N' Roses because I love Slash. So I went, and I just thought he was just, like, freaking cool and a great guitar player. So I went and got this huge patch, and it was the cross, the Guns N' Roses cross.
Yeah.
And I took a bunch of safety pins, and that's how I sewed it to the thing with safety pins, lined in safety pins. This Guns N' Roses. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
I mean, I did that, and then I had my Violent Femme shirt that I'd written all the lyrics on. That now they make that shirt.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so cool. I knew someone who had that. The lyrics for. Or part of the lyrics from Kiss Off, they had that down the side of their leather jacket. And I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would like to do something like that on a leather jacket. That would be cool. I would do that. I would paint that, actually.
I had a I had a jean jacket with patches on it that in high school that got me into a bit of an argument with the teacher.
Oh, really?
Which was fun. So the two patches that really seemed to get her ire was, well, one was if you're familiar with, like, if you've seen, like, on the on truck flaps, or, you know, like the it's like a silhouette of a woman, like, you know, just kind of, you know, but it was like with the American flag
or whatever. Yeah.
It was with the American flag design on it. You know, it was a silhouette of a woman with the American, you know, American woman, get away
Yeah.
from me. That was
Right.
kind of my little
Yes,
pun
dude.
because it was a rock jacket, you know, tributes to rock bands I was into, mostly
Yeah, it's
classic
cool.
rock shit.
Yeah.
So,
It's a fairly
then
fairly popular thing to have too. I mean,
and pretty,
rock.
pretty, you know, just innocuous. Who cares
Yeah,
about it, right? You know,
common.
but she didn't like
Yeah.
that. She didn't like that one, and I'll get back to that one, or I'll get back to that. But the other one was the AC/DC patch,
Oh.
and
Right.
she drew some issues with that. She was such this fucking twat of a teacher. Oh my god, we got into it. It was a heated argument in the
What was the
classroom.
problem with AC/DC? Was it
Yeah,
like
what
Well,
was it?
I'll get to it
mechanical?
because it was her interpretations of these patches that really
How
stuck
square
out.
was this woman?
Oh, like 90 degrees on all angles, but like
So square she was a cube.
Gosh,
so
jeez.
she was the woman patch. She was like she's all on this whole like, you know, I'm a 1970s feminist thing, which is like, okay, great, good for you. I don't
Okay.
care. That's
So you're uptight, is what you're saying?
But then she says, I have a veteran husband. If he saw that patch, he'd kick your ass. And I said,
That's not appropriate to say to
Yeah.
a student.
and I said, if he saw that patch, he'd probably want to touch it because that's the closest thing to a real woman he can fucking get to.
Oh my god, that she said that to you is terrible.
I fucking smacked
Yeah,
her
but-
back, though.
but-
I
ooh.
smacked her back with that comment about a real woman. And she
Wow,
was
that's-
livid.
She deserved it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And then-
That's ouch.
So then-
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
she's been
that's
a
just-
twat
then-
as well, but
she shouldn't have been
hey,
teaching.
So
Yeah.
then she tries to clap at me with this fucking trying to go after my sexuality, which she knows nothing about, with the AC/DC patch. Well, you know, back in the day, AC/DC meant you were bi.
Well, it ain't
Oh.
back in the day,
Oh,
you idiot.
good
and that's
job,
a
lady.
band. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, first of all, it's a fucking rock band. You should know this if you've been alive for more than the fucking last 50 years. Also, so what if I was bi? Again, I'm pretty sure I'd give your husband better head than you ever could.
Seriously. No, like,
Jesus.
I don't, to go after a kid at a school, in a
That's,
school.
that's the
it's like,
thing I'm thinking. Like the things he's saying are like Jesus, but at the same time, she's starting on a
Spent my entire
student.
life.
That's just so like over nothing really. Well, nothing
mean-
actually. It's just
absolutely nothing. I
So-
never recall, I went to school in the 80s, but I can't recall a teacher criticizing us over. I mean, and we had mohawks. I mean, we had exploited, mop and glow, and green, and blue, and violet, and
yeah. I don't think we'd have got away with that. That's
So,
that. Like,
but
there's-
so
they tried to
Yeah.
get one of my
So,
friends for it. They tried to kick him out for the exploited mohawk, but we got him back with its freedom of creative expression, and they
that's
couldn't
what I
kick
was
him out.
thinking. You could
So,
maybe do
yeah,
that in the
so-
States.
Yeah.
So then after that, so it became this thing where I ended up having to go to the principals, obviously.
I was thinking that. I was
And-
thinking, how long was it before you were in the office
So-
exactly?
Exactly.
Yeah, so like basically so it was like it came down to so my parents got called in to have this discussion, and she immediately goes on this fucking tirade just trying to just assassinate my character, and my mom did not take that very well,
Yeah.
and and kind of as like a just kind of a like, as a way of showing that like she does not care. She has this little clip-on earring, and it's just this naked guy just like hanging off, like, off of her ear, and she's wearing this on her ear.
That's great.
And like it's got like defined little butt cheeks, and it's like she's wearing this thing, and the teacher's just looking at her, trying to figure
that
out
was
the
the perfect thing to wear too. I'm so glad she wore that.
It's like yeah. See, the apple doesn't fall
too
too far from the tree. And my mom tore into her and says, "How fucking miserable are you?
Right? Exactly.
Does your husband even have sex with you?" And I didn't even I swear to God, I didn't tell my mom to say that. She said that herself after I had made those comments to my teacher.
It's like, this is my family. Shut up.
You see where I come from here?
I love it.
I'm going to get your parents in. You wait till your mother gets to the school, and then your mum comes in. It's like tag. Anyway,
I love it.
It's just my dad. He's just sitting there, just being an audience member. I mean, he must have a bucket of popcorn, to watch this, but he's kind of chuckling.
Watch his wife rip into this woman. Oh yeah,
she had nothing to say. She really had nothing to fucking say after that. It was such a strained relationship for the rest of that year.
Quit while you're behind.
Oh, we were terrible with some teachers. We had. I was in a creative writing class in my junior year, and boy, did we get creative on this one poor substitute. Poor lady, she had no clue. And so there were two of these creative writing classes. One was in the morning, and we were in the afternoon. We were like the second to last class of the day. And so the morning class, it was all their fault. Good friends of mine in that class had screwed with this substitute to the point where they had to come to the afternoon class to continue the whole like charade. So I had people coming to me at lunch going, Justine, you have to do this. And we did this in the creative writing class. We told her that we were reading some dumb thing. It was something stupid that we weren't on. And it ended up being really silly. And we continued it. We continued the whole farce through like her sub thing to the point when our teacher came back, he said, and he was a really great guy. He was a really nice guy. And he comes back and he goes,
"What did you do?
I don't know whether to punish you or give you an A for the class. I don't know what to do." Because we were so creative in the way we had constructed this whole farce and led this substitute on to think we were like working on this really stupid thing that had no meaning instead of like doing our actual work. That he was like, I don't know whether to give you F's or give you A's. I'm so confused. We were just like, we're terrible. Yeah, we're bad. We tortured us up.
We had a substitute who went batshit crazy because, like, we mocked her ruthlessly. I mean, we were terrible. We were kind of terrible, but she was like wigging out over like. We were watching a video on one of those like big ass TVs in the cart. You remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. AV
if you're
cart.
old enough to remember the TV cart.
The AV
but
cart.
It didn't come with a remote. There was no remote, but like the fucking captions came on, and they were all some garbled mess that sometimes it just happens. And it's like, who's got the remote? Somebody's messing with the TV. Who's got the remote? She stopped the video like every 5 seconds and we just start pointing at each other. Like, I think they got the remote. It's like, shut up. I don't get he's got the remote. We all start bickering. And she fucking got so mad. But then, like, I mean, I just broke it to her. I'm like, listen, we don't respect you.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't respect you.
Sorry.
Like, because every time, I told her, I was like, every time we have you wig out like this, and we think it's funny, and we're going to keep pushing it.
We're going to keep messing with you.
And she quit. She just straight up quit. I don't know what happened to her after that.
there were two substitute teachers that actually had a handle on us, and it's because one of them was my friend's sister, who was
That's
like
gonna be
12 years older than us. So she was out of college and she was teaching classes.
that could
So
change
she
the
would,
dynamic a bit.
yeah, she would come, and my friend Leslie, and she would come and teach our physics class in 8th grade. And I remember we had her, well, we respected her because we knew it was Leslie's sister. So we were cool, we were good to her. And she was actually a really good teacher, actually. And she was younger, so she kind of like,
Mm,
it was better to work with her because we kind of could relate to her a little bit
mhm.
better. And then when I was in elementary school, my friend Wendy's mother was a teacher. She was a sub. So we loved it when she subbed because she knew the kids. She knew all of us because we were all friends with her kid. So we
Mm.
would, she like just treated it like we were at her house, at a sleepover, and we would do like these like learning games. But we were learning, but she was doing it all through like fun. And so she would make it fun for us on a sub day instead of
Mm,
like grueling, let's keep doing your
Mhm.
work or something
mm.
like that. She did a totally different thing. So those were the
I'm
the the really
I was
good
well, I was
subs I
always so
had.
conflicted about substitute teachers because I was the kind of kid who, like, people, like, especially when I was younger, people just wouldn't even realize I was there because I was just so quiet, tried very hard not to be seen. And like, see
Yeah.
substitute teachers come in when I got into secondary school, and I just see them get harassed by my classmates and feel so bad for them. But then
Yeah.
a couple of them, I'm like, I identify with you so much, which is exactly why I would never have chosen this as a job. Knowing what my classmates are like now,
I
why the
know.
hell did you ever go into? Because I
Oh,
would
kids
sue
are
the
way
you. What
worse
the fuck are
I
you
now.
doing?
know.
And
It's
kids
out
are
now
way
on
worse.
school
Oh,
brutality.
Kids
God,
are kids
no.
are just straight up attacking and assaulting their teachers now.
Yeah, substitute teachers. It was like an aim for like
Well,
even
even
kids
regular
who would
teachers
normally
are
be quite quiet would like
targets.
pile in on substitute teachers, and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
geez,
like they're
guys.
they're they're free reign. I know people that do it, and they do it because they can't find a steady teaching job usually, so they
Yeah.
sub. I had a half sister
Mhm.
that did that until she found a job at a Catholic school, and then the politics was just ridiculous at the Catholic school because she wasn't Catholic. So it
Mm.
was this really crazy thing, but she did the substitute teaching gig for a long time, and like God bless her. She, my sis, my half sister ain't that bright. First of all, so so her falling into the substitute teacher thing, it was like she got tortured too, because she wasn't clever enough to figure out these kids. First of all, the biggest thing with us is we were bored. We were
Yeah.
bored, right?
Yeah.
And so the most successful teachers at all, including substitutes, were the ones that got creative with us.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
like my friend's mom and my other friend's sister, they got creative with it. Otherwise, we would find a way to get creative,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's not. Don't give these children that power because they will run
Yeah,
away
because
with
like
it.
you say, like teachers that I enjoyed being at, because I used to like school, not the experience of school, but like the learning side of it.
Yeah.
But like uh, the teachers, there were a lot of teachers that were like, yeah, they're okay. I don't really remember most of them. There were some awful ones, and then there were the ones that, like, say, were interesting, engaging, actually, made things interesting, or at least seemed to understand you better as kids rather than just, this is a rabble I need to control. So yeah.
Yeah. I had a great teacher. It was actually my senior year of high school. We had to take oh, what did they call it? It wasn't American history, but it's like you had to learn like how to sign up to vote, uh
Not civics.
kind of like a civics class. They called it something
Right.
else. I forgot. Every senior had to take it, right? So they signed you up to vote. They taught you how the system
Social
worked.
studies.
It's like a
Yeah, I was going
no.
to say, it
It's a
sounds
social
something like
studies
that.
class,
That's what they call it. That's what they called it.
But
when I was in school.
they didn't call it. They called it like Americans, like I forgot what they called. Anyway, they made all the seniors take it. They signed you up to vote, taught you how the political system works. You know, the
So
parties.
kind of like basic life skills, like kind of thing.
Kind of, but like how to do your franchise as an American, like how it
okay.
works, right? So
Right.
you've got these political parties, and there's the Republicans and the Democrats, and all the history behind that.
How to
And
be
then,
an actively engaged political American, something like that.
yeah, trying to get you to engage in American politics is what it
Right.
was. So
Mhm.
it started off with this one teacher, and he was really cool guy, and he started off the class by teaching you how to juggle. He taught us how to
Oh,
juggle.
God.
Right. And so but the thing about this teacher is he was having some kind of issue, and we didn't know as student. And we're almost. I mean, I was 18 at the time. You know, I'm in my last year of high school, but I'm an adult, and I'm like seeing this, and I'm looking, I'm going, okay, Mr. DiCarlo, something's not right. And like about about 2 weeks into the class, he gets fired.
Oh, wow.
I found out why later. But
Oh.
he gets fired. And we get this other guy who was... DiCarlo was very much a liberal. So he comes in, teaches us how to juggle. You know, he's like, this class is BS. You know, he's like, it's all politics. Fuck politics. You know, I'm just going to teach you how to juggle. And he starts doing all this bullshit, right? Well, he gets fired. And then this other guy comes in. He's more of a conservative, like a Republican guy. He was a really nice guy, this teacher, though. I ended up really respecting him. I didn't agree with him at all. But he was actually a cool guy. And he was the one that made me pick a political party. And my parents didn't want me to pick a political party. They always taught me to just vote with the time and not vote a party line. And school was trying to teach us to vote a party line. And my parents didn't like that. So it was like going at heads with this teacher.
Yeah, I find that incredibly frustrating. I'm just going to vote for this party. Why? Well, because my parents and their grandparents did. It's like, this is not generational team sports. It's supposed to be, you know, who do you think's going to, if it so happens you think Republicans are going to do better locally or at national level at this time, vote for them, or Democrats. Like,
It's
Right.
like you get your choice of shit with peas or shit with corn.
Yeah.
But we're
South
more of a shit
Park.
with peas kind of family. So
It's like South Park. Is it the douchebag or is it the turd sandwich? You know, but my parents didn't like that whole thing. But anyway, that was that class. But I found out later that Mr. DiCarlo got fired because he was dating a student.
oh, of course.
oh,
Of course. The classic.
And I
dating-
ran into the guy after I graduated at, of all places, a metaphysical bookstore. No kidding. I ran into him at a metaphysical bookstore. I never thought I would run into one of my freaking teachers at this place, right? I'm like, holy shit, Mr. DiCarlo. And he started telling me he fell in love with this student, and I was like backing away
so this
slowly
is how you found out directly from him.
from him.
Oh, not only did that happen to you, but now you think it's appropriate to tell one of the students that was there at the
Another
time
student.
about this. Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
Oh, it was weird. And he was all like, I think he was on drugs because he was not acting right. And my friend I was with at the
you cottoned on
time,
quick. He got let go after like 2 weeks. So you got his number quick from the sounds of it.
You know,
it was weird.
I just
It
imagine
was
just
weird.
that, just be like, just seeing him, he's telling me that, like, oh,
Yeah.
but you taught me how to juggle.
I know.
This goes right along. This goes right alongside my whole story about when I was in Scouts, and my Scoutmaster taught me how to tie knots, and that's great and all, but I don't understand why I had to be naked.
I know.
when they said I would learn knot work at Scouts, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
He
Oh my
said we
God.
gotta rub two sticks together to make a fire, and I never ran out of a tent so fast in my life.
But like so much of this went on in my high school, right? I mean, before that, I mean, I was 18 and already out of school when I found that out. It was like the summer right after I graduated when I saw him, right? But before that, I had a friend that was she was having an affair with one of the English teachers, and he was not a good-looking man. I did not understand why this 16-year-old girl was having an affair with this teacher. I was like, oh, could you pick somebody else? Why? But yeah, there was a problem in my school in the 80s. It was really, really bad.
You know,
Yeah, there was one
you know, now-
teacher at my school that there was a rumor that's what happened to him. That I don't think he was dating one of the students so much as like he was flirting with some of the girls and that. And the thing is, like, we used to have to line up outside some of our classrooms before we could go in, and his was one of them. And whenever he would arrive to open the door, some of the girls in the class would say hello to him and that, and he would like blush like really badly. And then, so when you found that out afterwards, it's like, what was going through your mind every time the girl said hello to you? It's like, geez.
Can't stand so close to me.
Oh,
Don't stand.
Why is he pitching
songs
a
that you had no
tent?
idea what they were about until you were older and went, what?
Oh God, it's so. I had an experience. Go ahead, E.
So I just want to point out that we are definitely so far gone from the days where a song like Stacy's mom's got it going on, and the whole thing is about this girl's mom is hitting on her boyfriend, and that hits different now. In 2026.
Yeah.
Song like My Sharona. We were talking about that in Valerie's. That's you get like.
And Valerie reading out the Spice Girl lyrics as well.
Yeah, it's pretty like.
That was awesome. She just starts. She's doing the rap with it. She's like, man, like saying, "What?" Record slows down. Scratch.
Some of Valerie's reactions are some of the best. They're just fucking
They
hilarious.
are. God, she's the best. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, it's so funny. But okay, got great. Like I had to read Hugh's comment. Teacher would try everything to. Yeah, I've had that too. Where I had before I tell my really kind of creep story in high school, I had in a philosophy class in college, right, Hugh? I had this. Okay, so I had a teacher. And he was a funny dude. He had really long hair, but he would wear like the button-up shirts and ties to try to be like professional. I was just like, dude, just stop. You don't have to do that. But he would, and he was a decent teacher. But he had this teacher assistant, and the teacher assistant was working on his PhD in philosophy, right? And I would write the papers, and he would have the TA correct the papers, and the TA would argue with me about my whole thesis. He gave me my first paper back, and this TA had marked in all red, and it was just philosophical differences. It had nothing to do with the writing. I still got a good grade. But this idiot was writing all over my paper, right? And so I started, just to get at the guy, just to piss him off, I started writing papers just against everything he said. Just to take it devil's advocate and entertain myself, because it was a 101 class.
Taking
it
the
was really
piss.
easy. We were writing stuff about Descartes and things like that. It was not a hard class.
Papers in as well, or
What was that?
Did you hand those papers in as well? Like
Oh
your
yeah.
rebuttals to his?
All of them. And I got all these
Right.
red marks on the paper, and then the teacher would take a look at it and cross all that crap out and give me an A.
Well, the thing is, if you're,
I would
you're
get these
getting,
A's, and the TA was over there like, he was so pissed off at me. He hated everything I said. And you know what? I don't think I believed one thing. Not one thing I wrote in that class. I was just writing just to piss that kid off.
was the TA giving you bad grades as well as you
He
criticizing?
was trying to. And it was all on philosophical differences. It was just because he didn't
Yeah,
agree with what I was saying.
rather than holes in your argument or whatever. It's like
My
yeah, that's-
argument was solid.
So I don't blame you for writing rebuttals because it's like you're supposed to be helping how I think, not telling me what to think. So now I'm going. If you want to debate, then yeah, I
Exactly.
think that
So
you should have got extra credit for that. In fact,
I really should have. I did get an A in the
Right.
class, so I
Oh.
was cool with that. I got my
Screw
4.0,
you, TA.
so I'm
there's
cool.
a reason you're a TA.
Exactly. Talk about criticism, and then my stubborn punk attitude went, "Oh, really? Okay, I know what to do. I'm just gonna have fun with this one." And so I did. You know, I was like, "Okay, I'm just FAFO. Just keep on with your shit." But in high school, to Denise's point, had a girl get pregnant
Yeah, I
from a
was gonna
teacher. That's
say.
pretty intense. This one never got in, but he was a young guy too, and he advertised a chess club. Okay, that's it. I was 17 at the time, and I was trying to, college prep shit. You try to get into clubs, and I could play chess. I learned how to play chess from my brother. My brother played chess, and he taught me how. And I was like, oh, well, that would be a cool, like, extracurricular thing I could do. So I went to join this chess club, and there were two people. There was this mousy little geeky guy, and he was sweet. He had these little round guy. He was cute. He was probably a couple years younger than me, and he was in there. And me, 17-year-old me, and I'm sitting there, and the teacher somehow chased the mousy kid out, and it was just me and him, and he starts flirting with me. And I'm 17, and this guy's 30-something. I'm like,
Cool.
I gotta go. I remember, I don't remember exactly, but he was like trying to touch me. And I did one of these, and I said, I gotta go. And I ran out of that room and never went back. And he wasn't an official teacher in that school. He was kind of trying to be one. He was a sub.
Hi, G-May.
Hey, G-May.
Hi, G-May.
He was trying to get hired, and he did not get hired. I suspect
Yeah.
I was not the only girl he did that to. And I ran. I was like, run away! Get the fuck out of there! Like, I knew what was happening. I was like, no, that's gross. I am not like my friend who decided to mess around with a teacher. No. No.
I have a more wholesome story of a teacher. It was my fifth grade teacher, Mr. Jones. He was really cool. Like, I was really into Mad magazines,
Oh, I love
and
that.
so he would confiscate them for for
Just to read 'em.
lunch, just a lunch period, and he'd give them
Here's
right
your
back.
kid. Yeah.
So but he wanted so he got to read my Mad magazines, and by the end of the year, he gave me, and I have to get this thing repaired, but because it's kind of all over the place, but this
A
Alfred
snow
E.
globe.
Newman snow globe.
Cool.
Poor Alfred's just kind of floating
He's
around.
swimming in there, but it's
Yay.
fitting in a way. I love that. That is so cool. He gave that to you. That's so
This
cool.
is a gift.
Oh.
Yeah.
There are
So
some. I had some cool teachers. I had this one teacher, Mr. Kish. He was my 11th grade English teacher. He was really cool. We did a lot of Edgar Allan Poe and stuff in his class, and I always appreciated that because I love Poe. But Mr. Kish smoked weed. And we caught him a few times out in the parking lot, so we knew he smoked weed. And you could really tell he smoked weed because when you went to talk to him, he always had a piece of Trident in his mouth, and he always had dry mouth, and he had terrible breath.
Oh no.
Because he had just smoked before coming to class.
Right.
You know, spray the cologne on, come in, pop the Trident, and like have this stupid like look on his face, like pie-eyed.
Yeah.
And we were asking him questions about stuff, and he's just like, whatever.
I just remember, like, in the 80s, a couple of teachers had, like full moustaches and beards, but they obviously smoked and drank coffee in break time, and then their breath would just, like, they'd come to your desk and their breath would just stink of coffee, and like if they just had lunch and there was breadcrumbs in their beard still, it would be like, oh, I can smell coffee, old cigarette smoke, and just a hint, high notes of ham. That's just...
It's not good. It's like, do you guys bring a toothbrush to work, for Christ's sake?
Like, or at least make sure that you've done something about your food catch around your chops before you come back to class. Really,
right? Like, look in the mirror. Yeah.
I don't want to tell what you've had for lunch by looking at your beard. I notes of ham.
Are you saving that for later?
Was it honey baked ham? That shit's sticky.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Try working in a honey baked ham. That's terrible. Like, it's like walking on flypaper. The amount of fucking juices.
Okay, that wins the stream. High notes of ham. Oh, that's great. But yeah, we always wondered when I first started taking classes from Mr. Kish, we would have to go, you had to go through grammar. It was the first part of the class. So we would have these dittos, and he would have like little grammar sentences, but they would all be about newts. Like little lizards. They were all about newts. Newt this and newt that. And I was like, I didn't understand like why he did this until I learned he just smoked a lot of pot. And I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I understand. It makes sense. And in this one particular class, we had vocabulary words, as you do in any decent high school English class. And he had this one he picked, lionize, Lionize. Okay.
Right.
And now I'll never forget the meaning of this word because of what he used to make us remember. Hi, ass. I love this guy. He said, he used the Eagles tune. You can't hide your lion eyes. It still cracks me up, and I'm so stupid for liking that. So, like the word lionize, and then I think of the Eagles now. I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah,
he did that to me.
Yeah. Yeah, things associated in your brain that you really wish weren't. So,
a little bit of word play.
Yeah. He did that all the time.
It's kind of like the fun of Wheel of Fortune, and I very briefly got a gig working as a puzzle writer for Wheel of Fortune, and they didn't they fired me at Assless Chapstick. Did not approve of that one.
It's good. I can see Vanna turning the letters now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh my god. I had a friend right out of high school. He just passed away last year, actually. He got really disillusioned with first of all, he worked for the city of Detroit, so he totally got disillusioned with that. And then he went on to advertising. He had a college degree, went on to advertising and worked on the campaign for, and I don't know if anybody will remember this. I mean, you wouldn't know it because it was really local here to Detroit. Company called Little Caesars Pizza. They're national now, but they did this commercial.
Pizza.
Yeah, and they did this commercial with the origami, and they would take the pizza box and make it into like origami, and it was his idea to make it into a pterodactyl. It's a pterodactyl. And that was a big thing in the commercial. They would origami the box into a pterodactyl and then make it fly. And that was his idea. That was his big thing when he was a new advertiser. But he got disillusioned with the whole thing because basically they just took his ideas and didn't really pay him for them. It didn't credit him at all. So he went to work in what, E? He went to work in fast food. He just went to be, he was a manager for like pizza places forever. It was crazy. Yeah, that's what he did his whole life.
Little
just
Caesars, fucking
angry at it.
assholes.
Yeah.
So they weren't expecting people to actually make origami animals out of the pizza boxes, were they? Because that would be pretty yucky. I mean, a bit of realism, because you could have like bits of meat stuck to your dinosaur, but at the same
Exactly.
Dried ass
Flying pizza sore.
yeah,
grease,
Sore.
random grease spots.
yeah, exactly, yeah. It's like,
Stink
It was-
like
it
it's
was
got a
some
smell
kind
of
of-
dinosaur, yeah.
I forgot what they were, the goal
It's more
of
like the animation at the end of an advert, right? Because that just, I like, that's the kind of thing where I would be like, oh, that's cool.
And that
Yeah,
was
that's a
what,
shame.
it was just a
Was it-
kitschy little thing that caught on that was funny.
Did the pterodactyl have a name? Was it called Terry?
No,
Terry
but
the
it should've.
pterodactyl, like in,
Terry the pterodactyl, like
Ali's show.
Allie. I miss that.
Terry
I
with
miss
a P.
Yes,
Terry
I
with
miss
a P.
Azura. She's gonna try to bring
Yeah.
that to a live in Buffalo
Oh.
next year.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That'd be cool. I'm kind of trying to do it.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
do a puppet show with you.
Or if she live streams that, will be there with bells on.
We
That'd
were
be
trying to
awesome.
figure all that out when I was in Buffalo. It was weird. But what we'll have to do is basically take a computer and do it through OBS is what I think we're going to have to do it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I've got to learn OBS. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's all
I
there is.
should really get off my ass and do that. I keep saying these things and then just carry on
I do
watching
too.
YouTube all the time.
Me
And it's
too.
like, I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, it was everything for me to learn like Audacity and figure that out, and with the help of my friends. Thank you, friends. Because I never would have figured out how to make my microphone work without their help. Yeah, so we'll just do the same thing with
Again, it's cool
OBS.
how like people help each other with all different, because like if somebody doesn't know something, somebody else probably does, and they're like, people help each other with different stuff, so it's cool.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about being in this community is that there's always somebody with knowledge that's willing to help, which is
Yeah.
great.
And financially as well, because I think Valerie said earlier that people were helping with her travel costs to the UK on Wednesday for
Yeah.
Mr. Smith's funeral, which again is just, it's really cool. People
Yeah, that's incredible.
keep helping each other in different ways as well, because like in some ways money's kind of like if you're not like really broke, then money's kind of easy in a way, in a sense, but like if you're putting time and effort into these relationships and helping each other, then yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, and
cool.
when I had my fire, everybody was so helpful, I mean,
Yeah,
amazing. So, yeah, this community is a real community. It's a real community. Not like some YouTube communities that call themselves communities and, like, act like shit
yeah.
at each other. Right? Yeah.
oh yeah.
Still trying to deal with some of that shit. But talk about, criticism and negativity. Some of those places are nothing but criticism and negativity to the point where you can't do anything without thinking, oh, well, this guy's going to have something to say about it, or this guy's going to have something to say about it. So you can't do anything. It's like you can't move or do a damn thing without somebody having to open their pie hole about
but
it.
isn't that just life, though? Like, oh my god, you can't even go outside with someone without someone just. It's like,
Cancel culture and trying
Karens, man. Just everyone's a fucking Karen or a Kevin. And it's just like, like, I see these videos all the time and I wonder why they don't end in violence more often. But, like, people just not minding their own fucking business, and it just verbal diarrhea between two people, and it's just like, and it's all because someone just couldn't just keep their fucking their fucking noses to themselves, and
well, it's like, what did that concern you?
Everywhere.
If it wasn't a situation where somebody was getting hurt or something, why did you involve yourself? Right?
But also, even if someone's getting into a fight, I don't know who's, I think I mentioned this, like, before, where, like, you get involved with people who are having a fight. You don't know the context of what they're fighting about, or you might start beating up on the wrong person,
Well,
and then you find out that
the only reason I would get,
the person. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to say, you're beating up on the wrong person. You find out that the person that you're beating up on is actually the victim of something that. So you beat up on the guy who's beating up the other guy, and you find out they're both jerks.
Right.
And you have to kick both their asses. I don't
so
know.
You didn't want to stick up for either one of them, right?
I just don't have that kind of time,
Right. I've been in situations, though, where I've seen an adult harassing a little kid and had to stop it.
Well,
that kind of thing.
Definitely stop that shit.
Or like somebody that's not acting, a woman that's not acting right around a man. I had a friend of mine, and she noticed a woman that wasn't acting right and actually like gave a sign that she wasn't safe. And so my friend let her get in her car, and the guy was looking for her. She let her like hide in her truck. And so this guy even drove by my friend's car thinking she was in there. And my friend had called the cops in the meantime, and he had drove off. So she got her into, like, they were at a gas station. So she got her in the gas station in there instead of her car. And the police came and they arrested him. It was a domestic situation. He was basically holding her against her will. He had taken her phone. He had done a lot of things to her. So that was considered kidnapping. So he went to jail. And she was in a really dangerous situation. She was being abused. So in those cases, I would try to get involved. But yeah, if somebody's just like a bar fight, I'm staying out of that crap. I don't want anything to do with that shit. I don't want to get hit over the head with a beer bottle or anything. Thanks. That's okay. I'll pass. Just saying. Hey, Dominique, what's up? Yay, good to see you. There's my friend Dominique, everybody.
Hey, Dominique.
Hey.
So, yeah, I think that, you have to kind of separate yourself from the criticism. Consider the source. I think that's like our biggest message here. Consider who's talking to you about this stuff. I mean, if it's a really good friend, maybe they're just trying to make you better and not trying to cut you down. Even though there are some toxic friends, but who's like talking to you and making you better, and who's criticizing you and putting you down. I think.
Yeah, it's like it's context matters, isn't it? Because it's like the same message coming from different people can be, the intention behind it can be completely different, and so therefore, less or more weight can be attributed to it. So.
Exactly. So, consider the source, consider it who's bringing it up. And if there are multiple of your friends bringing up the same thing, well, maybe it is an issue, or maybe there is something going on. Then you can take a hint from that instead of, just taking one person's opinion. You can kind of look at that too. I think that's interesting. I've done that actually. Like, yeah, okay, well, maybe that's true. It's not just this person saying it, it's this person and this person. So you have to look at that. But, and not take it to heart. Nobody's perfect and everybody's going to have something to say. Like my dad used to say, Jimmy Durante used to say, everybody wants to get into the act. There's always going to be somebody that's got something to say, so you take it or you leave it. And you can take the criticism and maybe improve, and maybe you can just say, no, I don't think they're right. You have free reign to just say, no, I just don't agree with you.
I think you should also probably learn how to, do constructive criticism, so that way you kind of can sense where, if someone, yourself, if someone's being constructive or not, like it's just like kind of knowing how,
like an emotional
knowing how to
intelligence
criticize
thing.
would also help knowing how to take it as well.
Yeah, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't think that your focus should be all on the external, like what people think of you. Sometimes you have to just do something and not worry about what anybody's going to think. And if it sucks, it sucks. And if it doesn't, great. If people love it, great. But if you love it, I think that's even more important. Like, you loved it, and that's why you did it. And that's why you put it out there, because you love this thing. Not everybody's going to love it. And that's okay. The people who don't love it, well, it wasn't for them. And then you just have to deal with that.
Or you put out something that you hope people will hate.
I've done this, right? Just like, just like you writing the philosophy papers just to piss off the TA. It's something absolutely. I did not believe in kind of anything I was writing, but I would just make a good argument just to piss that kid off.
or a video of some Gestapo goon getting hit overside the head with a piece of metal. That's kind of upset some people, but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Set some people on fire, but it's okay, because who are you setting on fire, really?
It might be comparing a certain fascist to a Martian. It sounds a bit like a certain mustache guy. It might rub some people the wrong way, but
that's a price that we're willing to pay.
It's like I got put in Facebook jail for posting the picture of the cartoon of Trump drinking bleach that one time. It's a joke, people.
He's not having much luck with bleach again recently, is he?
Oh my god!
He just doesn't know how to use bleach appropriately at any time.
It's hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
He was pouring. They had these poor guys out there in orange suits in this huge reflecting pool, right? And they're out there with little gallon things of hydrogen peroxide, pouring it into the pool. And you can tell these guys are like, we know this is doing absolutely nothing. But we're getting paid for it.
Malicious compliance.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what did that do? It just bubbled the paint off. It didn't even kill the algae. Because there's so
stick your
much
hand in
algae
there, at least it'll clean your wounds or whatever you got. Some sores.
Might eat your hand off.
Stick your hand in there, just fizzing.
Maybe that's the plan. He's like trying to model it after the miracle pool at Lords or whatever.
Exactly.
It's like, Trump will heal you. He is AI Jesus. Just touch the water. No, don't touch the water.
Don't, you'll die. You're gonna blow up. You're gonna melt. It's nuclear. It's that color. That color green, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey,
that's so
Leela.
Hi,
funny.
Leela.
Leela!
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
What's dispo? Does that mean that Leela's had a
Dispensary.
disposition? Because that's not normally good, is it?
No,
Dispensary.
it's dispensary. It's
Or no, they don't want us to call them
It's-
dispensaries
it's
anymore.
weed. Provisioning centers.
Yeah, provisioning centers, sure.
That's far better. That's far
I just call it the weed store.
Yeah, call
It's
it
a weed
Weed
store.
Mart.
Yeah, weed
It's
mart.
Weed Mart.
I'm going to the good place. See you in a bit. Or maybe not.
Exactly. I'm going to where everything makes me
Or I
happy.
Or as I say, I'm going to Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan.
I'm going to Michigan.
It's a little
Yeah, I mean,
Amsterdam here now.
we have in Ohio. It's just the prices suck, so no one fucking buys this thing.
No, the prices stink in Ohio, and here it's so damn cheap. It's ridiculous. I got a whole ounce of pre-rolled joints this week for $35. It was $35.
It's just insane. That's just
Fucking Ohio.
it's
an
like
Ohio
less than a
10th
quarter
is
of
like,
what I would pay for, just the stuff on its own. Just
I know. It's
not
ridiculous.
pre-rolled.
We don't do
I know.
8s, we do 10ths.
It's
We-
gotten
yeah,
me
we-
lazy. I don't even roll my own joints anymore. I used to roll my own joints. I don't even have to anymore. This stuff, it's strong as hell. I gotta be careful not to buy stuff so strong because I don't.
Yeah, we
wanna
have.
be-
When I was a lad, it was like the
don't
smallest
like it.
you would get was an eighth, and if you were really hard up and pressed for cash, it would be a tenth, right? But now you get 10 bags, which is supposed to be £10 worth, but you'll be lucky if it'll be £5 worth, because it's just
Right.
a complete rip-off time out there now. It's just nuts.
And that's it. Like back in the day when it wasn't legal here, you would get, dime bags. So it was like $10
Yeah.
or a nickel bag, which is $5, and it was like, a bud. A nickel bag,
Yeah.
basically. But Kurt sold it. So I didn't really have to worry about buying it too much because I just get it. But I knew how the prices went, and there's this one kid that tried to sell it to me all the time, and I'd be like, "Dude, no, you're cheating me, f you."
Yeah, because
This
like
is
the thing is, the price varies so much now. But back when it was just like hash, the prices were pretty standard, unless you were getting something really like unusual. It was like
Okay.
£10 or £15 on the eighth,
Finger.
and that was it for the longest time. And you get discount for bulk. But now,
Okay.
like I say, somebody will say a 10 bag, and I had it once, and I was like, "Well, how much weight is that?" No, it's a 10 bag. Yeah, but how much weight is it? I'm not paying
Yeah.
£10 for half a gram. Fuck off.
I know exactly
I
because
just
then
want
you
to
think
eyeball
about
it.
it. That's expensive.
That's not, yeah, like I mean, even here that would be insane.
I mean,
fucking
but-
eyeballing it's like, no, put it on the scale,
Yeah.
bitch.
oh,
Come on.
when it was not legal here, I remember I was living in Pontiac, and I had this boyfriend that knew this guy from our high school, right? I was dating this guy from high school, and we met up with this kid. We were like 20 in our 20s at the time, and we met up with this guy. We happened to meet, see him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, come downtown, I live down there and I'll sell you a bag." Okay, fine. So we go down there, and I had the heebie-jeebies.
Hi, Matt.
Like, get in this guy's apartment. Like, hey Matt, I had this really bad feeling about the whole place. And when he was measuring the stuff out, he kept looking at it and then taking it in the other room, and then coming back and looking at it. I'm like, "You're putting your thumb on that scale." I knew this kid from he was a joker. And I'm
Also,
like,
why are you going out of the room? Like, just behave.
yeah, and I was like, "You're acting funny. You're
it's just-
doing something wrong. I'm gonna figure you out." And so, the bag was totally light. I noticed that one time after that, he had been in my apartment. He stole records from me. It was weird. He stole my records from me.
This
I had
is
these Elton
getting
John
bad to
records.
worse. He's shortchanging
And he
you on
would
smoke, and then he's stealing
He's
your
shortchang-
vinyl.
And then he stole my
Did
vinyl.
the guy live?
No. He didn't. It wasn't my
Oh,
hand, though.
I was
It
joking.
wasn't by my
I'm
hand.
so
No.
sorry. That was
I found
inappropriate.
out he came back to my apartment once. I wouldn't even entertain him. He tried to sell me the shirt off of his back. He was a heroin addict, it turned out. And I felt sorry for him, but I was like,
Yeah, no,
get the
that
fuck out of here. I can't have you here. This is bad. You're at my apartment. There are people that live here, and you're literally taking your clothes off. Get out of here, you
Yeah.
know?
that's
And
like
then
that.
and that was when I lived in Pontiac, and then I moved to Ferndale, south, and I saw him I had these friends that owned a party store at the corner of my house, and I was there hanging out with them, and he came in, and I was like, oh, don't recognize me, don't recognize me, don't recognize me. Like, "Ugh," you know, like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. And then soon after that, I heard that he was stabbed in front of a nightclub.
Oh,
He was stabbed to death in front of a nightclub because he was pulling his shit on people in the club, and it was a bad area, and he got knifed.
Fuck
Really
around,
sad,
find out.
but that's what he did. He would try to cheat people. He would try to swindle. He would try to, work his thing, and he did it on the wrong people.
this is
You
where
know?
I would be like conflicted because it's like I've got empathy, but at the same time, I don't want you stealing my shit.
Well, right.
Just
That was just
like-
it. I felt terrible. I'd known the kid since high school. I knew his ex-girlfriends, He was actually, back then, he was a good-looking guy.
This is why we need to end the war on drugs, for God's sake.
Yes, this is why. Because it
complete
made shit
fucking mess.
worse. It made
Yeah.
him from just smoking weed to a heroin addict. And he would just desperately try to, do anything to get the money just to get a fix. And I felt it when I was at his apartment, and there was another thing. He had this girl there, and she was only 16, and we were like 24, and she was only 16. I was like, you should not be here. You should not be here. And I kept telling her that. Why are you here? You should not be here. You need to go home. Oh, my parents know I'm here. I said, are you sure about that? Because,
Yeah.
And then I saw her years later at another friend of my girlfriend's house. I went over there. I was actually gonna babysit for her. She was going out. I was gonna babysit for her. And this girl was there. I'm like, oh my God, what? And this was after the guy had been killed and everything. And I was like, oh, I can't even believe I'm seeing you here. Are you okay? How is everything? And she said, yeah, she had gone through it with him. And then she admitted she'd lied to me back then, that her parents didn't know shit and that she fucked up. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was trying to get you out of there. I knew there was something wrong. You couldn't be hanging out
But
with
was
the kid.
she okay or?
She was okay. And the thing was, is
Right.
like, I kind of identified her. She was a good 10 years younger. Maybe like 7 years younger. It's like 24
Yeah.
or whatever. So she's like 7 years
Yeah.
younger. But she was a
Yeah,
violin
but
player.
you're looking out for her, and then like it's cool that you met up with, like, bumped into her later.
Yeah, at a friend's house of all places. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So, and
Hi, Tails.
learning that she was a violin player, and I was asking her about her violin playing and everything.
cool.
Hey, Tails. And so
nice.
that was cool.
Hey,
So
Tails.
she ended up okay. She got away. She
Yeah.
had a bad family. Her family didn't give a shit about
Because
her. Was the
not
deal.
everybody would in that situation. They'd be so like caught. If I think about us at 24, there'd be some people potentially like be so caught up in getting shit faced or just doing what they're doing that they'd be like, yeah, whatever. But you're like, no, this
That,
maybe isn't
yeah.
the best thing.
I guess, the only thing I've ever really done in my life is drugs. I mean, besides shrooms, is weed. I'm not
Right.
a big, like, drug. I mean, I don't care what people, that's your that's your issue. You want to do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when you've got somebody that's underage, I get real sensitive. I've always gotten really sensitive about that stuff.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
no.
cool with that. I'm not cool with doing that
No, I
stuff
mean-
around kids at all.
I was lucky when I started doing various things because the group I was hanging around with, like, we were all shit faced most of the time, but there was none of that like spiking each other. And if somebody was going to try something that they'd not had before, it was like, right, we'll all chat with you about our different experiences and tell you, you know, what and why falls and all that. So it was like
Yeah.
people looking out for each other and all that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
because
That's the way it should
some
be.
groups that
Yeah.
you fall in with at that age are just like not looking out for each other at all.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
And that
ripping each other off, sleeping with each other, like cheating on each other all the time, fight fisticuffs. It's like, oh Jesus.
all the drama. Yeah. I knew people like that
Yes.
too. I tried to that toxic shit you try to stay away from, you know. Like I never had hung out with the people that if you passed out they drew on your face. Like shit like that. Yeah, we didn't do that shit to people. That was so
Shave one
cool.
eyebrow off or both of them. It
Oh
took me
my
forever
God.
to realise why my housemate looked different when I was 20. It was like, why? What have they done? Why is there? I can't. And then they said after a while, they said, look, Limey, it's like this. I was at this party, and the reason you're looking at me funny is because they shaved my eyebrows off. And I went, oh my God,
Those
that's
are
so funny.
those are people who deserve to wake up going, why does my mouth taste like butter? And then there's and then you put the butter wrapper in their fucking pocket.
Oh.
Make them think that they ate an entire stick of butter when they were fucked up.
The worst thing we ever did to a guy, I hung out with this
Greasy
band
pocket.
when I was living up in northern Michigan, and
I
I
would
hung
much
out with
prefer a velvet taco to a greasy pocket. I'm just saying.
a velvet taco.
I thought that was a lesbian bar.
That was so funny. Oh my god, it would be a great name for a lesbian bar. It's
I
like
know, I thought
hysterical.
that was, yeah, somebody said that. I don't know if that was you that said that at the time, Justine, in chat. And I was like,
It
yeah.
was Valerie. She said that.
Oh, she
Valerie
did.
It's great. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, the
Oh, I
worst
like
thing we
that.
did
Bird
was
says you fall asleep on a couch at a party, and then we took you outside, still asleep on the couch. I like that.
that's funny.
You wake up and go,
That's funny.
Fuck.
That's funny. Well, we
I
had
Why
an
does the traffic
incident.
sound so loud? Oh my God.
My buddy decided to have. Well, he wasn't in high school. I was in my senior year. He was just out of high school, and he decided to have a college party when his parents left because his parents were English. When he now lives in Edinburgh. I just talked to him yesterday. So he lives in Edinburgh now, but he's born here, and his parents had left to go back to the UK to see family, and he had a party at his house, fucker. And he decided to get like a bunch of like major alcohol, and he had Bacardi rum, like a huge bottle of it. He drank that whole fucking bottle and passed out. And so his buddies, I'm at this party and he's all passed out, and they're trying to carry him up to his bedroom. They dropped him on his head.
Oh, dear.
They dropped my friend on his head. I'm watching this going, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, how drunk are you? God, and I'm like getting mad at him. So like finally we get Mark upstairs, set, and I was because he was passed out and they bashed him on his head. I went over there in the morning to check on him. I almost spent the night there. I was so
Oh, yeah, 'cause
worried
you
about
could
the
have
guy.
concussion.
Exactly. Like,
Just, like,
I
being
gotta make
passed
sure
out
my
again at any
friend wakes.
moment.
I had to make sure he woke back up. It
So
didn't
you've
like.
got to.
move
Sorry, Liz
those.
was asking about my. What was it? I can't remember what she said now. There's something
Emotional support
about-
pickle.
Yeah, she was asking me about my pickle. I can't remember exactly what she said now. And then I was like, it's my emotional support pickle. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Leela. You're right about that. I don't know if... But anyway, it says, emotional support pickle. I will always be around to let you know that you are a big deal.
A big
It says
I
deal,
love
not
that.
dick. It says deal, not dick.
Oh my God.
Name.
Okay, there's this woman on Instagram, and she's like your Slavic sister Anya. She does this whole character. I'm your Slavic sister, Anya. And her whole thing is like pickle juice and pickles. Because apparently in Russia,
I
that's a
love
thing.
pickles, but I don't want to drink
I do
pickle
too.
juice like that.
She drinks
I love
pickle
pickles.
juice.
Yeah.
And so she has merchandise now, and she was like, she did one of her Instagram things about her merchandise. She was showing it, and she has this T-shirt, and the design is a cat in a pickle
Right.
suit.
God, why? Just why?
And she does this whole thing about
It just
it's
sounds
not
cute.
Hello Kitty, it's cat in a pickle suit. It's
Are
hysterical.
cats like afraid of pickles? Like if
The
you throw a
cucumbers.
cucumber,
The cucumbers, yeah.
you throw one in
That
front
was-
of them,
Yeah,
freak
because
out.
my
They
my
jump.
friends were like, "Oh, why don't you do that, Limey?" And I was like, "Because it's mean. I don't want to scare my cat with a pickle."
Yeah, I don't
Or
want to do
cucumber.
that either. I don't want to freak. My cats will freak out with normal things. They'll go spooky if I just round a corner. They'll like go spooky, spooky.
Yeah, some cats are skittish anyway, so
Yeah, they get like mine were feral, so they're all paranoid. You know,
oh yeah, I
The
mean
two-
if they're feral anyway, jeez.
the two tabbies are acclimated pretty much normally, but Nixie, she's the tuxedo.
She's cute.
She's so damn cute. She's criminally adorable, that cat. But you can't like she'll be petted on her own terms. You can't like cuddle her. Jinxie, I can cuddle her. I can hold her. I can hold her up. She'll hang out with me. She won't
I
do
can
anything.
pet her and call her George.
Yes, exact. Pet her and squeeze her and love her. Nixie, no. She will claw the living shit out of you. And I have scars from this cat. I have a scar on my arm from that cat.
Is that the cat? Is that Nixie that's got a paw missing?
No, that's Jinxie.
Oh, I
That's
was
my
going to
cuddle
say.
one. Yeah, she's
Oh, that's all right then.
yeah, Jinxie with
Kinda
the
like-
missing paw. She loves being cuddled. I can
Oh.
put her real close and she'll just sit on me.
It's a shame
and
that the
cuddle
one
me.
that scratches you isn't the one that's got a paw missing, because you get fewer scratches that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we
Yeah,
should like
really.
say to the cat, "Why couldn't
Exactly.
you lose your paw?" Jerk.
No,
the cat
yeah,
looks at you
Nixie's
like,
got
"What?"
murder mitts, man, and it's her back feet. You know, I'll if I have to pick her up, I have to hold her up like the Lion King. To hold her up and like da 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 da, and let her dangle because otherwise she'll be like, she'll just rake me.
Nice.
I'll bleed to death.
Handle with care.
Yeah, beware. Has murder mitts. But she looks so innocent and so cute. And when she meows, she'll sometimes silent meow. She'll just go, meow.
Oh,
She is so flipping cute. But yeah, she will not be possessed at all. She's like, no, you will not grab me. I will claw the crap out of you. You will die. I look cute, don't I? Oh my god. Yeah. So
oh Gypsy's just like whenever it's hot, she'll be on the windowsill most of the day, and then when she's too hot, she'll flop on the bed, and then just lie there like with her front leg up and her back legs spread wide, like because she really likes the
Airing
feel
it
of the
out.
sunlight on her stomach.
Yes.
And I'm like, I thought cats were supposed to be classy and demure. Look at the state of you. She's just like, look at me.
Oh,
I'm like,
spreading
Look, I'm an
Away.
OnlyFans model.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, even like one of your French ladies. I'm like, no, get away.
I love it.
Jeez.
And it's adorable.
Just airing it out. Just
It is so
Okay.
cute when they do
Traumatizing.
that, though. It's like,
No, she's very cute. But like I say, I probably had to, because she'd lost some weight due to being ill, and then just
Yeah.
she still wasn't quite right, and then the hot weather hit. So I'm like, oh, I've so gotta like keep reminding her to eat and drink, but it's really not worth it until the sun had gone down. But even
Right.
then, it was Like, yeah, it's today was so much better. We were both like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no kidding. But you did the right thing there. That's it. You just got to keep them hydrated and stuff.
I'm
I've been
just so
having,
glad that I found out that they do cat soup now because she just was
yeah,
not interested in her biscuits at all.
no,
So, but every
yeah.
time I got that soup out, she was like, oh, what?
Good.
So yeah.
They do, and they've got the churro things, like I call it cat baby food, where it's like it's literally the consistency of baby food. And Nixie, now my two tabbies, they eat fine.
Mm.
Nixie, she doesn't like wet food. She likes her kibble, but she
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
like wet food, and I need her to have the water content. You know, she drinks
Mm,
water pretty good, but she
mm,
doesn't eat wet food very well. So
mm.
I mix a little bit of wet food with a churro and like baby
Yeah,
food for her.
right.
And she'll still sometimes not eat it. I mean,
Can you
I
mix the
it's
wet food with the kibble?
I try not to because I free feed the kibble. And I
Oh, right,
don't free feed the wet. So I try to just feed
right.
them wet in the morning and then free feed them all day. But she'll just go right for the kibble. And it's like, well, that's good. She's eating at
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
but she's not getting that water
Yeah, because
content.
apparently cats get quite a lot of their water content from their food. So if they're
Yeah.
not, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Now they're water cats. My three cats, they love water.
hmm,
So luckily, you know, and I have a bowl of water, and then they're allowed in on the sinks in my bathroom, and they'll drink
hmm,
right from the sink.
yeah,
You know, in my bathroom.
yeah.
It's
Some
really
of my
cute.
cats used to do that.
Yeah, they love it. They try to get in the shower with me though, so that's kind of weird.
Well,
But
there's I think there's a particular breed of cat in like one of the Nordic countries that love water. They love swimming in water and all this. And I think there's one
yeah,
that's quite famous. It's really cute. Lila was saying chicken broth with no salt, which might be an idea. It's not a bad
oh,
idea.
that is a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So another vet told me baby food, and I
Hmm.
did get some, but I got the churros, and it's just like baby food for
Yeah, I
cats.
think you just have to do like a quick Google because it's surprising sometimes what like cats and dogs are allergic to or it's poison for them that like
Yeah,
you might think
exactly.
that's okay for like we used to give our dog like we were never ones for feeding our dog junk food, but we would occasionally give her like a small bit of chocolate and then years later you're like, oh, it's poisonous for dogs, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I had
Yeah.
a dog. I one of my dogs got an entire package of Oreos, and
Right.
I was so scared because it's chocolate, right?
Mm.
She was fine. So I was like, there must not be a lot of chocolate in Oreos.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like actual chocolate, you
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing. I don't know how actually much you have to give a dog to make for it to be poisonous. So
It depends on the dog, first of all.
yeah,
And
it's going to
second of
depend on the
all,
size for one thing, isn't it? Because like dog
yup,
size varies so much.
Yeah, you probably
exactly.
and you really gotta pay attention to how much like fat and grease you give a dog because we had a small dog who unfortunately passed away from pancreatitis
Oh yeah,
because we
yeah,
kept
yeah.
giving him too much human food
Human food, right? You can't
and
feed them like killing them
Overloaded.
yeah,
with kindness. But
yeah,
Oh,
dark
so
chocolate will hurt an animal worse than milk chocolate. It's
right.
got more of a concentration of it. But yeah,
I was
yeah,
going
the
to say
fatty food. I didn't
yeah.
like feeding my dogs. I don't feed my cats people food at all. Although they try to get it constantly because they were feral. So they're constantly in my shit. But once in a while I'll have if I drop a little bit of meat, like even if it's cooked or raw, I'll let them have it because they're cats and they can eat meat. That's
Yeah,
fine. Just a
yeah,
little bit, you know, nothing huge. But
yeah.
yeah,
I
so
mean, there wasn't
anyway.
even really the option to give our dog like scraps from the table or whatever because there weren't any. Because if nobody else ate it, I would. So the dog didn't get a look in. So yeah,
Dog, you're out of luck.
she would get like apple cores for sure though. She would sit there the entire time you were eating an apple. She would sit there drooling, and
my
she was so
God.
patient. And then she halfway through, she'd just go, and put her chin on your leg, and just look at you. And then like when you finish, she would then sit bolt upright. It's like, oh, apple go, apple go. So yeah,
It's so cute. I
so
had
she was so
greyhounds
good.
that liked veggies.
My folks had a retired greyhound called Sally, and she was so cute.
They are cute.
But
They're
like kind of,
adorable.
I always felt she was kind of messed up because of being a greyhound, because
Yeah.
she had this thing like she would come towards you slowly, put her head down, and then rest the top of her head on your leg. And
Yes.
my folks were saying that was partly because of like being in cages before a race and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like a
Yeah.
comfort thing. And I'm like, oh. But yeah, she was
They
lovely. Just so like chilled out and that.
Yeah, they do have a lot. You have to kind of learn the behavior from the track. And like when
Mm,
I left, I would try to leave some music on or a television on because they're used to that noise and it comforts
yeah.
them. If you don't do that, they tend to like tear up your furniture because they've got anxiety. So I had to
Mm,
learn a lot. But Cookie, she wasn't my dog. She was my ex's mother's dog. And my ex's mom had this extensive garden, and Cookie was a little gray. She was a little female, and she would, when the tomatoes got ripe, she would. I watched her. She would go up and bite it really gently, and pull and pull and pull and snap, and then run to the corner of the yard and eat it. She loved them, fresh tomato off the vine. She was real like
oh,
methodical with the way she was so careful. I'm like, look at
like,
her, and she would just
yeah,
pull, snap, shoo. She was
nice.
gone.
That's so cool.
She's really cute. Yeah. All right, so we've gone till 11 o'clock. This has been a pretty good
Oh,
talk, I think. But I think I should end
blimey.
it now, just in
Well,
case.
that's a
Thank
bit
you.
drastic, Justine. I don't think the stream was that bad.
Oh, it was
Come
great.
on.
It's just we've gone till 11, and I know I'm keeping everybody. So
We don't need to.
anyway.
We don't need to end it all. We need you to come back next week,
Oh
Justine.
no, we'll come back next week.
Oh,
No,
okay.
not ending it
I was gonna
all.
say, it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit drastic. Come on.
No,
Next
no,
week,
none of that.
Oh, okay.
Next
Good.
week, we
consumerism.
actually have a subject. We're going to do consumerism. So
Oh
that'll
my
be,
giddy aunt.
yeah, get ready.
I've got nothing to say about consumerism. In
I
actual fact, I've
know.
never got anything to say about anything. Should be a really quiet stream.
Right?
It's
Yay!
okay because we
We'll
only
just sit
stay on
here.
topic like a third
Yeah,
of,
I mean,
of the time. So
yeah,
We never
yeah,
do. That's, whatever. We sort of did. We talked about criticism and stuff. I think
yeah.
it was okay.
The thing is, we always start off with good intentions, and whether it's 2 minutes or half an hour, an hour, we stay on topic. It's always, well, I think it's always good conversation either way, and chat is
Me
always
too.
contributing good stuff and jokes, and
We always
yeah,
have a good time, and
we
that's all
we
this is
yeah,
about
we like
anyway.
a
You know.
yap fest.
And thank
we
you,
do.
Birdfinger, for addressing the elephant in the room. I was waiting. I was so waiting for somebody to say something so I could say that. So thank you. I love that. I love that elephant on the
It's so
trampoline. It's so
cool.
cool.
It's so good.
It's awesome. All right, guys. We will see you next week for consumerism. Be prepared. Do your homework. No, don't do any of that. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.